Hi, friends. Welcome in the firm of Harris and Meringue on a hump day. Happy Wednesday out there. Patrick Harris. Yo, that's me. To my left, that's Danny Meringue, Casey Smith. Over there doing the hard work behind the glass. Thank you for being a part of our day. We're happy to be a part of yours. Stoked, in fact. Sports be sportsin'. This is a weird day.
They do be doing those things.
Yesterday was a weird day, my friends. That's basically all I got.
There you go. Yeah, sorry. No, I was trying not to fall over there.
Lot of really random things. Good things for some people, bad things for some people, weird things, shady things.
No, none of that.
It is fun when like people blatantly do shady things, and it's just like we're gonna talk about it instead of actually like do anything about it.
Nah,
it's probably the number one thing the world could use a lot more of. Accountability.
Nah,
we'll just let him get away with it. Like Bryce Harper's getting away with it today.
I mean, come on.
The Ravens are getting away with it today.
There you go.
The Jets are kind of getting away with it today. What's more egregious? Let's be real quick, okay? I know we will get into, like, Max Crosby and all that stuff.
Sure.
Dare I say the Jets bringing in Geno Smith is more egregious than what the Ravens did?
I mean, that's definitely a dare I say, because no, it's not.
That's not that. Is that too hot of a take?
Is there a single person left besides Woody Johnson?
No.
Then what does it matter?
Just because, like, I don't know, dude. She beat you up, she cheated on you, stole your car, took your money, and you're coming back?
No, you're not going back to her. You just moved into the house. She's gone.
Oh, and you just live in there with the ghost of your past?
Sure. But the house is pretty dope.
But the father-in-law shows up all the time still? Is that Woody Johnson? Woody Johnson's the father-in-law that you absolutely hate?
But, he pays you. It's whatever. No, the Ravens shenanigans is pretty bad. Looking around sports, though, Mark DeRosa's shenanigans are pretty bad. At least he's owning up to it.
At least the Blazers shenanigans last night were just kind of the end of the game.
Yeah.
And you move on and you have a new game. DeRosa had a bad night.
Mm-hmm.
Judgy, Harper had a bad night.
There's a lot of bad nights last night.
That PCA had a good night last night.
But not just in baseball. I mean, like, in general.
Yeah,
there was
Jack Caglione had a good night last
Sure.
night. Brad Osmus. No, not Brad Osmus. Who's the manager of Italy?
I thought it,
Francisco Cervelli.
that's right, yeah. Osmus is for...
Bam had a great night last night.
Yeah.
Could have done that in a Blazer uniform, and they'd have Damian Lillard.
I know. You're talking about accountability. Lakers fans up in arms. Kobe's record. It wasn't a record to begin with. It was second.
I do think that's super weird. Like,
it's because it's Kobe.
It's
a cult.
Look, I know you're not the biggest Kobe guy, and I know that I am a big Kobe guy. I question the PA announcer when he's handed, hey, Bam just did this, and you should let Laker fans
solemnly
in the Laker building. Not against the Lakers, not a former Laker, but just let them know that somebody has peed in your Cheerios. That's a weird call. That's a super weird call.
Yeah.
Okay?
By a lot.
That's, I don't
just
even...
To read out solemnly, the record of Kobe Bryant's second most points scored, therefore not actually a record, has fallen to Bam Adebayo.
Well, I think it can still be counted as a record. I mean,
no, it can't. It's
Kareem is still the number 2 all-time leading scorer. Is that not a record?
No, it's not the record.
Can it be the record? Oh, could it be the record if you set it and then it's broken? Now, Kobe didn't do that.
No.
But if you set a record like Kareem did, and then LeBron passes
Wilt
it,
having a 100-point game, like, Wilt's the record.
and then if someone scores 101, Wilt's no longer a record?
No, but like...
I don't know if I believe that.
No.
Because records are recorded instances.
Sure, but the idea of, like, Bam didn't break the record. He broke Kobe's scoring mark.
I know. It is weird.
It's not the...
Did they announce at the Moda Center last night when Bam passed Damian Lillard?
No.
See, that would be weird.
Yeah.
It's like all around the NBA.
Bam has passed Damian Lillard's franchise scoring record of 71. No.
And then it goes to L.A. Bam has passed Kobe Bryant's record.
Donovan Mitchell's scoring record in Cleveland of 73.
It just goes all through every single dude in the league.
It's like it's all so dumb. But
it is weird.
Laker fans, I don't want Kobe's record being broken. I don't care what you want. There's never been a thing that I care about what you want.
I think there's a little bit of two worlds in there. All five toes down this. You can not want it broken, but understand that it was broken.
No. Kobe, some of the worst fans across any sport. Like
Kobe fans?
Messi, Ronaldo, Kobe.
Oh, Messi fans are fine. They're fine.
He's
the GOAT.
Oh, okay.
He's the GOAT.
Sure, you're right. They definitely haven't, like paraded down entire streets and shut them down and caused like full-on like meltdowns in cities. But sure, they're fine. Yeah, no.
That's fine.
They've caused like actual like millions of dollars in damages. But no, they're fine. No, the Kobe fans, Ronaldo fans, Messi fans. That might be the top three.
Who is the fan base that never steps in it? I mean, everybody steps in it, but who's the fan base? Is it Michael Gretzky?
It's Gretzky because there's no comparison. Jordan, you've got LeBron, so you've got LeBron,
sure.
Jordan stands.
Magic to an extent.
You can Bill, like whatever it is. In the NFL, you're like, well, Brady,
And Michael's brash, so there's like, you're like, oh, he's a jerk.
But not only that,
everybody
Gretzky's
hates
just
Tom.
so far and above everyone else that it's not.
Gretzky.
It's Gretzky. And then there's nobody as a hockey fan. It's like I hate Wayne Gretzky. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't happen.
Yeah, unless you are like diehard rivals with the Oilers or something.
Even then,
yeah,
you're just like. It's Wayne Gretzky.
Well, I always tell you this. Growing up as a kid, I was a diehard Reggie Miller fan. So the Pacers are my squad. There you go.
See, there you go.
Working on it.
We're getting you there.
Pacers are my squad, and I loved all those battles with the New York Knicks. And the winner of that group just got to go get beat by Michael. Look, Michael drove me absolutely bonkers because it was like, we got the Davis brothers now. Ooh, I really like this Pacer team. We're gonna do it this year. Screw the Bulls. We're gonna do this year. And then Michael would be like, nah, you're not.
Your soul is mine.
And you're just like, damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really good. I had that issue with Verlander a lot, too, when he was in Detroit.
Yeah, Tigers, yeah.
Because the Tigers, I hate the Tigers more than, like, any other team in baseball. But Verlander owned us, and every time I'd watch him, I'd be like, man, that guy's good.
Yeah. It's tough out here.
Yeah.
But I think Gretzky's the unassailable one.
The cleanest fan base,
yeah.
Wayne Gretzky. What about a team? It was the Red Sox there for a little bit.
Yeah, no.
And then they got annoying real quick.
There's no Northeast team.
They got annoying really quick.
Yeah, no. I'm not going to support that one.
Does anybody hate the Steelers? Casey's team?
Yeah.
We're the new Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think of, like, you got to have success. Like, nobody hates my Cleveland Guardians, but we don't have success.
Trying to think. I don't think you're going to find it in the NFL. There's too much hatred in divisions.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's like, oh, the Chiefs are fun. I'm like, the rest of the AFC West is just throwing up double burns. Like, burn those guys to the ground. What do you mean? That place sucks. The team sucks. Their fans suck. You know what I mean?
And then you start to dominate, and of course, everybody hates that.
Yeah, I think
the Warriors. When the Warriors started, you were like, hey, this is a cool little team.
Yeah.
3 years later, you're like, F them.
Yeah.
Are the Titans a fan base that...
No success, though.
No success, yeah. I would
say... They did during the McNair era.
But they didn't get the chip. I think that might be the Charles Barkley, Dan Marino qualifier here.
I think we're looking at an NHL team. I think you're probably looking at, like...
The Red Wings? Does anybody hate the Red Wings? The Avalanche?
Yeah.
I know they hate each other.
Yeah, no, the Red Wings definitely have rivals. But I was thinking actually of, like, a newer franchise. So Carolina, Tampa Bay.
Pointed out on the YouTube, I can't hate that I have to say this. The Buffalo Bills, it's like... Nah, man, nobody hates them, but they ain't got a chip.
Because that's why
they don't have success.
It's like the same thing with the Vikings. But even then, like the AFC East is probably the one division too where there's not enough hatred. You know what I mean?
No, the Jets are dysfunctional. Miami is, Dan Marino.
Yeah,
the Bills, poor Bills,
and Patriots.
Everybody hates the Patriots.
And like if you go to the NFC North, it's like, oh yeah, the black and blue division, everybody hates each other. You go to the AFC North, everybody hates each other. You go to AFC West, everyone hates each other.
Yeah.
You go to NFC West, everyone hates each other. NFC South, it's like, what are we doing down here?
College
AFC
football?
South,
Anybody in college football?
No, it's too territorial.
I mean, the academies, but their successes.
They haven't won in a long time.
The last thing an academy ever did was Staubach winning a Heisman.
Maybe was that 63?
60. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think the year Kennedy was shot.
Yeah,
I think you're correct.
I think that's what it is. So, it's
63.
Yeah. God, that's My brain sometimes can't remember taking the trash.
I think Kennedy got shot before he won the Heisman.
He did on November 22nd.
I think so. And I imagine the Heisman was delivered in December.
Is it November 22nd or 23rd? Which one is it, Case?
Well, when we did our research for Army Navy, they moved the game because the president of the United States had his brains blown out all over a car.
Yeah, his head turned into a canoe.
Back and to the left. Back and to the left.
God.
I have a picture of John F. Kennedy smoking a cigar in my house.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like a freeze frame of like the Zapruder film.
That would be terrifying.
Yeah, November 26th is when he got his Heisman.
There you go.
Daddy, what's that? That's the president. Mm-hmm. Why is he missing things?
Why does his head look like a rubber mask?
There are very few pictures taken of John F. Kennedy's actually smoking a cigar.
And
I got one, yeah.
Because they all used to smoke.
I know, but he never wanted to be photographed. It's like if TV was invented, does FDR ever get elected president? Because I don't know if anybody elects a man in a
wheelchair.
Yeah. The dude was great, did amazing things, but it's the aesthetic.
How many pictures do we have of Obama smoking? There's only a couple, right?
There's only a couple, yeah. Grabbing a heater out back.
I mean, look.
Bro, why are you out back, dude? Like, you need like an indoor air central thing that you just... No, it's about being outside.
It's about being outside.
Yeah.
It's about being outside.
Closing the door.
Just
nobody talk to me for a minute. There is a time when there are a few things in this world better than a cigarette.
Look, I'm
not condoning smoking as a former smoker. I'm
a firm believer. If you want to own a restaurant and make it a smoking restaurant, you should be able to do that.
Oh, I thought this was America.
You 100% should be able to do that. If you don't want to go in there, guess what? Don't go in there. It's that. I don't want to go into a place that allows smoking. Then don't. I know that might come as a shock to some people.
You clearly never grew up at a Denny's.
It's just like, bro, it drives me nuts.
This texter, I think the Thunder are universally loved, or am I wrong? Absolutely not. It took 2 years.
No.
2 years, that franchise went in the toilet.
Yeah, we declared them the new villains.
They are the new villains.
No. I wanted to say my LA Kings, but it's probably a little bit of bias there, but I don't think really anybody ever hated the Kings.
I can't say anything about hockey as someone that doesn't really watch, so I'd have to ask a hockey expert. Maybe I'll text Sukanik.
I feel like hockey's a tough sport because they genuinely punch each other in the face every once in a while.
But here's the thing.
Do you get that aggression out?
That's the thing. Is like the resentment doesn't build up because it gets released.
The fights between the Red Wings and the Avalanche in the 90s and 2000s, like I think those teams still hate each other.
Well, yeah, I mean, somebody tried to stab somebody with a skate. So.
Yeah. That's pretty badass. Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a pretty recent event of a skater or a hockey player using his ice skate as a weapon?
I believe a Canadian did hit Jack Hughes in the face with a stick and broke his tooth, and that was like 4 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. But again, I think it's probably an NHL team.
Maybe that's why sports are so popular, because it's just you got hate in your heart, let it out.
It's a great place to do it. And the NHL lets you actually hit people. It's encouraged even.
That is true.
God, I wish I could ice skate.
I can ice skate.
I can't, dude. I can rollerblade like there's no tomorrow.
You can fruit boot?
The second you put me on ice, it just does not compute. It does not compute for me, and I don't understand it. It's like the friction level or lack thereof. I don't know.
19-point lead does not compute. Oakley Dokley, we got a great show for you today. A lot to get here. Okay? Mark DeRosa stepped in it. Scott Barnes stepped in it. The Baltimore Ravens have stepped in it. The Seattle Seahawks have not stepped in it. Dana Altman has stepped into it. Bam has not stepped into it. But we'll start the 19-point lead. Go bye-bye. Blazers, Charlotte, last night, 105-1 The Fan. 1019 here, Portland Sports Leader. Don't you forget it, we are live, as we always are, from the shadows of the historic Fremont Bridge. 503-864-6326 is the fan text line. She'll let you interact with us throughout the entire day. Also, shout out over to the YouTube cats. 1051 The Fan is the channel over on the YouTube. Like, subscribe. Come chat with us. We're talking about jorts over there right now. That might need to be a poll question. Are jorts okay?
We don't need a poll for that because the answer is no.
Oh, I think the answer is yes.
Are they coming back?
John Cena, Bob Weir, those guys wore jorts.
Well, one of them's cool. One of them's a complete dork.
Who's the dork? John Cena.
No, definitely not.
Bob Weir is not a dork.
Bro.
Bro, what?
When you look like deadbeat Santa, you're a dork.
That's Jerry Garcia.
Yeah, I know. And the whole band is just the entirety of your band is freaking colored teddy bears. You're a dork.
They're not teddy bears. They're dancing bears.
Oh, exactly.
There's a difference. One is stuffed and one is drawn.
Nerd.
What about the lightning bolt through the skull's head?
Yeah.
It's not very nerdy.
Uh-huh.
That sounds pretty badass to me.
Yeah, that's what I think of when I think of the Dead. Metal. Gross.
A lot to get to this hour. A lot of basketball on the slate here coming up, but let's start.
Speaking of, my God, we just had 5 technicals in this Arizona State game.
Yeah, Arizona State's going to just kind of say adios to you. I'm going to watch Bayern Leverkusen and Arsenal instead of this atrocity.
Yeah, the 28-point game in the first half.
Yeah. Well, did you? No,
30.
We'll get to that later. I mean, looks like the Ducks right now, my friend.
Yeah.
Blazers fall to the Charlotte Hornets last night, 103-101. Blazers had a 19-point lead in this game. Coughed that away at the end of the game. A lot of weird stuff transpiring at the end of this game. There was a really loud turnover from Scoot Henderson trying to get the ball to Tumani. There's the Jeremy Grant trying to posterize somebody. Mm-hmm. Denny trying to posterize somebody. Weird stuff. I'm not quite sure. I was watching the USA baseball game, so I was kind of like flipping over, and I saw the Blazers came out to a good lead, and I was like, oh, okay. This might be nice, kind of creeping on the box score a little bit.
They played really well in that first quarter.
Yeah, kind of creeping at the box score. Jeremy had a nice night statistically. You know, Denny was doing Denny things. Drew a little quiet on the offensive side, but Scoot was doing some cool Scoot things. And then all of a sudden the baseball game ends, and I slide over, and it's like, uh-oh, this is not a good situation. I saw that end stuff, but so you have to excuse my ignorance. When did it start falling apart? Did Charlotte? Because it looked like Charlotte wasn't making shots, and then they started to make shots.
There's a little bit of that, but in the second quarter, Charlotte started to eat him that lead a little bit. It was the beginning of the third, probably first 4 or 5 minutes. Basically, everyone in media row, we all just looked at each other and just kind of went, "They're gonna lose this game."
Yeah,
you could just feel it.
It
was just like they're gonna They're bleeping around. They're gonna find out.
It's me at halftime of South Carolina and Texas A&M.
Yeah, it was just like
they're gonna lose this game.
It was like don't like where this is heading right now, and it wasn't like it was like a big run. But what ended up happening was Charlotte just beat their butts on the offensive glass. I mean, what did it end up being? 18-7, I think was the final and second chance points. It was 10-5 in the second half. Yeah, it was 18-7 in second chance points. Fast break points, the Blazers were actually they made up some of that. It was 24-15. But the problem was they were inefficient around the rim, and they weren't really getting to the line because, you know, it's funny, between the two teams, they took as many free throws together as Bam Adebayo took by himself last night. No, that's not a misprint. That's a real thing. But, you know, how many times tonight or this season have the Blazers shot 40-plus threes, hit 38% of them, and lost the game?
Not many.
That's not a normal thing.
That is not a normal thing.
But when you turn the ball over 18 times, of which it was 20 after the game, they gave 2 of them to team turnovers in their review. So
I saw a graph of loose ball turnovers in the NBA.
Boo! All the way at the very top.
Celtics are extremely efficient. Wizards are the second worst, and it is the Blazers by a large margin.
Orders of magnitude.
Now, some of that I will bail out and say a lot of that
guards.
is no starting point guards for about 2 months. Mm-hmm. So that's going to step that up. But still, even if they had a point guard for 2 months, that number wouldn't be as high, but it would still be high.
Look, I saw Blazers fans like, Tiago has to go, Tiago. It's like apparently we have to do this.
They got me all wet.
We have to do this over and over and over again. Players play, coaches coach. I saw somebody in the comments section of the show last night was like, "Well, Thiago's got to go. Clearly, he didn't draw up a good enough play." And I'm just sitting there, and he goes, "Did you not see what the Lakers did with Luka Doncic? Just stop right there, right there. Did you not see what any coach did with arguably one of the 5 greatest players in the history of the game offensively? Yeah, dog. Don't need to draw up a ton for Luka Doncic."
Also, why are you watching the Laker game? Shouldn't you be watching the Blazer game?
But it's just this whole idea. It's like, look, man, if you want to sit here and say, that Thiago left Scoot Henderson in too long, or leaned on Denny Avdia too much, or he should have gone back to Donovan Clingan and not Rob, or what, those kind of things. Who plays and when? The idea of that they didn't run a good enough out of bounds play, and that Thiago was the inbounder and also the receiver and failed to do both, is the most blatantly dumb thing I've ever heard in my entire life. And it's not just from last night. It's just that sort of fandom. It has no place. It has no place in there because it's not even a straw man. You're not even setting up something to knock it down. You're dancing in a black hole.
Yeah.
It's like there's nothing there. There's nothing there to be mad about. But if you're going to be, why do you think that exists? Why do you think or fans get mad at coaches before players?
Because I think you have more of an attachment to players. You buy jerseys, you play fantasy, you have. I mean, we say it on this show all the time. Who's my favorite player on the Blazers right now? It's Donovan Clingan. Who's yours right now? Denny Avdia, if we're not counting Dame.
Sure.
That's just where we are. I think we find more attachment, even if you're looking at teams in the past. Let's just stay in basketball of great coaches. I still think people hold on to players. Look, we all know Pop was phenomenal in San Antonio, but you're either a Duncan guy, a Ginobili hater, a Tony Parker lover, I don't know what you want to say, and even that, or the Pistons, who don't have the bona fide superstar, but I was always a Tayshaun Prince guy, and Rip Hamilton. I loved those players, and obviously Sheed. So I think that's why.
But it's weird, right?
I think it's the scapegoat.
But
look,
when does the coach get the credit?
Okay, did Josh Allen get fired?
No.
Sean McDermott got fired.
Yeah.
Did Sean McDermott run with the ball in his hand like a loaf of bread, like he's Aladdin, jump through the streets, one jump ahead of another? No, and he took the blame. I think it's a leadership thing. It's like you're saying you can't get these guys in line. Like, does Gene Chizik really need to get fired for Cam Newton taking money to go to Auburn? No, that's on Cam Newton or whoever gave him the money. But at the leadership position, I think people that's where they're going to jump at.
Before not last night's game, the game before.
Jumping on Thiago is stupid, too.
Yes.
You're talking about an interim coach in his first year coaching. I understand. If he makes problems, you can call him out.
100%.
You can be critical. But a guy who just got here on a team that's not very good, I will reserve critiquing Thiago Splitter.
The side of this that I found really interesting. So, not before last night's game, before the game before, Thiago was asked about Scoot Henderson, and he was flat out said he's just got to be better. He's got to be better.
He does. And it's as simple as that. He's got to be better.
And it wasn't rude. It was just matter of fact. Scoot Henderson goes out and has maybe the best game of his career. You know what I didn't see after? So I wrote the quote down, tweeted it out, kind of a deal, and somebody quote tweeted with, "Well, Thiago's just got to be better. Thiago's got they just replaced Thiago instead of Scoot." Did that person afterwards go out after Scoot had that game and go, "Great job, Thiago. Great job, Thiago. Great job, Thiago. That's the coaching effort I want to see. That's it right there. That's Hall of Fame coaching." No, because their head's up their butt.
Yeah.
It's like, at the same time, is Thiago Splitter getting the credit for the game before?
No.
So why does he get the blame last night?
That's what I'm saying. I think it's because people attach themselves to players. And a coach is an easy scapegoat because you can fire coaches, especially from a financial level, and replace them easier than you can. Look, if Denny goes out there and has a crappy night, nobody's going to be like, "We got to get rid of him."
Yeah.
I mean, somebody will, of course, because anybody's stupid. But, you're not going to replace the star player. You're always going to give them the benefit of the doubt. Again, Josh Allen, all down his leg against the Broncos, and Sean McDermott gets fired.
It's always bothered me, and I don't know why, but I'm just like, y'all know what they actually do, because we've tried to tell you what coaches actually do and don't do.
Is that a foul on Khan at the end?
No, look, here, I'll say this. if they had called it a block, it would have stayed a block. But because they called it a charge, it stays a charge. That's about the dividing line of that. I'd say the call that bit the Blazers the hardest was LaMelo Ball's 6th foul.
Yeah.
Because Denny pivots, finds Rob Williams for that dunk, and that was them taking the lead. Mm-hmm. And that being stopped and called a foul, number one, it was incredibly soft. Number two, for that to be LaMelo Ball's 6th foul, I can't believe that was called. And then number three, Denny was like, but I had points. But I had the assist. Like that can we have that? Then there was the goaltend that was a goaltend, but the foul wasn't called.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what happened there. Again, I'm not blaming refs, but it was just like a lot of stuff that happened. And that kind of goes to the further point of where's Thiago Splitter in all of that? Where's Thiago Splitter in the ref?
Paint? 2 hands up.
I'm saying like the ref calling that foul on LaMelo Ball and him fouling out. Where's Thiago Splitter in the goaltending call that was an and one that wasn't an and one?
Those aren't on him.
You know, that's what I mean. Like there's players play, man. I'm not saying coaches are to be held without any kind of standard. That's not what I'm saying. But like when it comes down to those things, like execute.
Can't choke a giant lead either.
No.
Blazers will take on the Utah Jazz on Friday, 7 o'clock. They'll have a couple days off, stay in town. That'll be nice. I'm sure we'll circle back around on that. But the banner night in the NBA, well, that goes to one Bam Adebayo. So let's get into that as he drops an 83 points. Damn, boy. We'll get into that next. There's Casey with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, your Portland Trailblazers fell to the Charlotte Hornets 103-101. Charlotte overcame a 19-point deficit, backed by a cold shooting performance from Portland. Blazers will get another shot at it, facing off against the Jazz this Friday at 7 p.m. inside the Moda Center. Bam Adebayo had a historic night in the Heat's 150-129 win over the Washington Wizards. Bam finished with 83 points, surpassing Kobe's 81 to have the second highest point total in a game in NBA history. Bam also set the league record for free throws made and attempts, going 36 of 43 from the charity stripe. Some NFL news for you, as the Indianapolis Colts have reached an agreement on a 2-year deal with quarterback Daniel Jones. The deal will be worth up to $100 million. Jones gets $50 million guaranteed at signing while he recovers from the torn Achilles that he suffered in Week 14 of the 2025 season. If you missed it, the Ravens have agreed to sign free agent defensive end Trey Hendrickson on a 4-year, $112 million deal worth up to $120 million in incentives. The Hendrickson deal came after the Ravens announced that they have backed out of the trade agreement that would have sent All-Pro defensive end Max Crosby to Baltimore. Now Baltimore will retain their 2 first-round picks. And lastly, the United States fell to Italy in the World Baseball Classic Tuesday night, 8-6. Team USA's ticket to the next round will now be determined by Italy and Mexico's contest Wednesday night. And if Mexico wins, the tiebreaker scenarios will be in full effect, all coming down to runs allowed per out recorded. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Sports Saturday with Joe Fisher and Rashad Taylor.
Yeah, you heard it right there on the FanDuel Sports Network. Bam Adebayo, 83 points, 42 minutes, 20 of 43 from the field, 7 of 22 from downtown, 36 of 43 from the line. Dang, amigo. Like you said, that was more than the teams combined last night in the Blazer Hornets game.
It was the same number. As gross as that is.
Look, there's a lot to dive into this, and I mean, shooting the ball that much, leaving a player in, whatever. Bam is a really cool player to watch.
Sure he is.
I think he's a very likable, a very easy to root for guy.
Bamonte.
I think as much as I didn't want to lose Damian Lillard, if you were going to give me Bam Adebayo, that would have helped ease the burden a little bit. I think he's a really great player, and I think he's fun to watch, and good for him. Good for him. 83, you're in the books.
Bam out of the bayou comes out and has a 30-piece in the first quarter, and that's
you kind of know.
That thing is like, this kind of turned into like a way to possibly curtail tanking in a sense because egos and pride are on the line. I feel like if you're a team that has a player who is capable of getting hot, now everybody thinks they're capable of like getting hot, but I'm talking like if you've got
muy caliente.
Yeah, if you got Dame, you got Steph, you got Luka, you got KD, you got like I want an all-timer or a guy who's just a bucket getter, just certified.
Harden, a Durant.
Hell, even a Cam Thomas. Like,
so you have issues with Bam getting 83?
No. I have no issues.
It just feels weird.
No, not even that. I'm talking about like taking this a step further, in that I kind of hope that teams when they're playing, just cheeked up teams like the Wizards and the Pelicans and the Kings and the Pacers are like they're objectively tanking okay. Like your star's out for the season, you didn't ask for this. They're different. But Brooklyn, like. Teams that are Utah, they're racing to the bottom.
Didn't Brooklyn have like 4 first-round picks last year?
Yeah, and they were all guards. But like, see if you can drop 30 in the first quarter.
Sure.
And if you're hot, embarrass them.
Embarrass them. Luke Anderson and I were talking about this morning. He thinks a little preview for the happy hour with Luke today from 2 to 3, right? 2 to 3, they're not extra today, just 2 to 3.
Mm.
He was talking about how from here on out, if you are playing a team a la the Washington Wizards, your best player should have to go for 100.
Yeah.
That's the new rule.
Embarrass them.
Just chuck up shots. Because, look, a lot of Bam's numbers aren't great.
No.
That is not a great shooting night. But he was getting the buckets. He was getting the line.
He had 104 shooting attempts.
Including free throws, that's a lot, dude.
Yeah.
That is a lot to try and process. That is a lot to even fathom. Ime Udoka on Bam's 83-point night. He said, first thing you think is how, not because of him, but because of the way he plays. I saw he only made 6 threes, but 40 free throws or something like that. Tells the story right there. Pauses. And the Washington Wizards.
Mm-hmm.
He took that shot too. And Eric Spoelstra after the game, once he got to 50, then we're thinking, all right, maybe he can get to 60. And when he got to 60, might as well go for 70. And then I didn't dare even think about taking him out at that point. I didn't stop until he got Kobe's.
Yeah. Bam's got 67 at the end of 3 quarters. Go for it.
Why not?
And I love that Spo is like, y'all suck.
They do suck. The Wizards are terrible.
And here's the thing. And Michael Holton said this on the Blazers postgame. I shouldn't say he said this. He intimated this. This idea of, like, I don't like this, not because that Bam did this or that Miami did this or that Spo kept him out there, that nobody from the Wizards, turned his testicles into a punching bag.
Well,
how do you allow that to happen? Not just double team, not just triple team. Why is Bam Adebayo not looking up at the ceiling counting, chickens? Seeing stars.
Where's Alex Sarr? He's not shooting it from 3.
But not just that. It's what does that team not have? Vets.
No.
If you flip this and Udonis Haslem is on that Heat team and somebody from the Wizards is going off like this, that player isn't making it through the third quarter.
Who is the biggest veteran on the Wizards? Bub Carrington?
No. I mean, he's a baby. God, I don't even know. On that roster right now?
I'm just trying to look at starters here.
I mean, forget the starters, just in general, just like
Will Riley drafted in the first round this year.
Baby.
Trey Johnson drafted in the first round this year. Alex Sarr 2 years.
It's Anthony Gill.
Yeah, I think it's
Gill.
Anthony Gill. Yeah, that's it, because you're right. Somebody eventually steps in and does something about it.
Because everyone else, because there's Middleton's gone, CJ's gone, like the veterans are gone.
Yeah, as Bleak points out on the YouTube, just saying Beef Stew doesn't let that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Bam's getting clotheslined in the middle of the third quarter, and Beef Stew is, he's not even waiting for the review.
Yeah.
He's pulling his jersey and walking to the locker room and stepping over the corpse and the chalk line of Bam Adebayo.
Dare I say, despite being young, I think old Donovan would have stopped him.
I don't know if he's ready for it yet.
He got tossed the other night.
Yeah, I know. Again, I don't know if he's ready for it yet. But I think I like to think he would be one of those guys.
Another fun moment for Bam Adebayo, just to get through and then we'll get out of here, is his wife, Asia Wilson, the best women's player in the world right now, was at her first game. This is what Bam had to say after the game.
Well, she's been gone for like a week. She was complaining about how I got my 10,000 point and how she wanted me to wait. So to have 83 the first game she's here is very special. The behind the scenes and the workouts and the conversations, they're very motivating. And obviously you see what she does and you get inspired every day by that. So I'm thankful to have her in my life. She's going to cry, by the way. Okay.
I'll tell you what, there's a ton of different ways to show your love.
Mm-hmm.
I try to show my partner my love all day, every single day, as much as humanly possible. Your wife shows up for your first professional game. You are a bona fide star in the NBA, and you drop 83. I'm going to go out on a limb and say Bam loves Asia a lot. That kind of motivation is pretty rad.
We'll also say
it's a very cute, sweet thing to hear.
That is either the D1 of D1 babies, or hilariously, that is a 5'4" child actor.
How tall is Asia?
6'5",
6'5", 6'6".
Yeah, she's tall.
And Bam's 6'10"?
No, 6'8", 6'9".
Oh, okay.
He
plays so much bigger.
Yeah,
Do you think there's a lot of pettiness going on in between that relationship a little bit?
Oh, endlessly.
Her career high is 53 points.
Ooh.
Bam's previous career high, 41.
Yeah, she used to hold it.
She used to hold it.
I don't know if there's a ton of pettiness, because I think Asia just sits there and flashes 3 rings
and a couple MVPs
and she's like, babe, I know you live in Miami, but I live in Vegas.
Baby, I
that's
need you
another
to dust
thing.
off my trophies today.
That's another thing. Talk about another power structure. The cities you live in are Vegas and Miami.
Yeah.
That ain't bad.
Not bad.
Where do they live in the off season? Travel back and forth?
I would probably Miami.
Miami, yeah.
Tax-free.
Is Nevada tax-free?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. But they have a super low tax rate. Remember right.
Ball going hoop for Bam. You know who ball no going hoop for? That would be the Oregon Ducks basketball. Look, we don't talk about them a whole lot. Their season is over. Let's ask the questions. Let's ask the questions. We'll go there next. 105.1 The Fan.
The new
Coming up in hour number 2, Scott Barnes stepped in it. Utah Valley tried to step in it. Mark DeRosa definitely stepped in it. And Tom Brady stepped in it. Look at that. We have an hour of negativity coming up.
It's a lot of dirty boots.
Buckle up. I hate getting my shoes dirty. I hate my shoes dirty. Now, I don't buy like uber duper fancy expensive shoes, so I don't need them to be like pristine. I understand. Like, I think there's a coffee stain on my left shoe right now. I'm not worried about that, but like muddy, disgusting boots or shoes, I get real ginched out about that.
Yeah, not a fan.
I can't handle that.
No.
I don't mind rain. Like if rain gets on me and I'm wet, I don't mind that. For some reason, if the shoes are gross, I think it's because I'm terrified of my socks getting wet inside and then having gross, uncomfortable feet all day.
I started wearing boots anytime it rains now when I have to work a home game, because the parking lot right there just turns into a bog, and I'm just like, you know what I don't want to deal with? Wet feet the entire night.
No,
there
wet
are
feet
few
sucks.
things worse in this world than wet feet.
Yep, wet feet really, really stink.
Sucks and blows at the same time.
Yeah, it's really bad. You know what's worse than wet feet? The Oregon men's basketball performance last night. I had this awesome moment. Honestly, guys, go back and listen to like the first hour and a half of primetime yesterday, and there are like little quips here and there all over the place about the Oregon Duck basketball game last night, and I'm not lying. Rop and Suk and Steven had me rolling in my car on the way home. I'd stay late yesterday, so I caught like a great chunk of their show. I was laughing so hard at it, I put it on the TV when I got home because Oregon was so inept last night in basketball. I believe they scored 12 points in the first half.
Brick after brick after
4 of
brick.
21 from the three-point line.
Like, that's some absolute brutalness. And it's crazy to think, like, there's so many levels to this. You know, we don't talk a lot of Oregon basketball that much on this show. I think if they were better, we probably would, because, Danny, you and I love college ball so much.
Give me a reason to go down there and go watch somebody.
For sure.
Last year I went down and watched Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper. Like, when they came through, like, oh, you want to give me a reason for me to come down there? Like, oh, yeah, no, I'll watch Biddle.
Matthew Knight's nice. I like it.
It's a dope little spot, man. I liked it.
It's like a mini NBA arena.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I went in there for an Oregon Wazoo game, and I was like, oh, my God, Beasley Coliseum in Pullman might be the worst place I've ever been after going to that. Because Matt Knight Arena is really nice.
As long as they don't put that weird court down.
I don't mind the court. I think it looks cool.
It's heinous.
It's weirder.
It's not that it's weird. It's just, it's ugly.
It's weirder on TV than it is in real life.
But it's still ugly. Like it's.
I always commend people for trying, though.
Yeah, I know, but you keep trying. Don't keep trying. Give up.
I don't know what the future of this program is. You know, Dana Altman doesn't strike me as a guy that's going to just walk out, and I don't think Rob Mullins would fire him either. I'll probably just ride that contract out and then tie her off to the sea. But I don't know how Oregon looks at this program. I don't know how high of a priority basketball is. We've seen the transition of the Pac-12 schools go to the Big Ten has not been nice to them in basketball. You know, obviously it's worked in football a little bit for some teams. Oregon's done great. USC's done better. UW is a pulse. They're okay. UCLA's disaster, but they didn't matter in the Pac-12 either. UCLA's been the big disaster of the Big Ten. We looked at USC's been ravaged by injuries this year. I thought they'd actually be pretty good.
I mean, they are so far off the chart with injuries that no one is even close to them in the country. It's
UW
close.
Basketball has not existed since Lorenzo Romar, which is shocking because Seattle's a good basketball city.
It's a great we went down this list off air a couple weeks ago. The list of guys that come out of Seattle in the last 15 years is long.
And look, man, I hate the Huskies, and I have to admit that their basketball program was really, really good for a while, and they just can't figure it out.
No.
So it makes me wonder, is this just an Oregon situation? Is this a West Coast situation? I don't know what their plan is going forward. Dana's been on the record of not loving the transfer portal, and I get it. It would be a struggle for me. That's why Roy Will's gone, Kay's gone, Boeheim's gone, Jay Wright. Jay Wright was the king of the world, and he's out.
He said, nah, I'm good.
You know, Izzo survived it and done a pretty good job. Calipari and Pitino were born for it, so they're good to go on that realm. Bill Self as well. I don't know what the future of Oregon basketball looks like for them, but this is some of the lowest I've seen it in a long time.
a couple years ago, there was some talk that Dana Altman was gone. And it was like, I can see it. It's transition time.
Mm-hmm.
Dana's a great coach.
Dana is a very good coach.
He's also a coach that I don't think does the best with
least?
Well, no. I think he does the best with the least. I think where he struggles is when you give him needy, whiny, 5-star talent.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he likes that crap.
Yeah.
I think he looks at those guys and goes, you don't want it. What 5-star has been remotely successful at Oregon?
What 5-star is going to want to be told hard truths? Just in general. Yeah. Not even at Oregon. Just in look at Darren Peterson.
Again,
Darren Peterson has Bill Self, who got rangs. Got rangs. And he doesn't want to listen to Bill Self.
In hell.
Yeah.
You can just see it. Like
5-star kids don't want to listen to coaching. And I think that's Dana's strength is he's a coach.
He's a great coach.
We just talked about Tiago. Dana is a good coach.
Yes. And that's the thing is like I'm not sitting here going to beat Dana up over this. He's a great coach. He's a guy that it gets in. Here's the difference between NBA coaches and college coaches. In the NBA, you are called to manage egos, play. Who and when, where, why. In college, because talent is so significantly less, there are structures in place because you have to have structure because without that structure, you can't be good. And Dana has, number one, Oregon has been injured this year. Number two, guys like Kwame Evans and Nate Biddle aren't good enough to be your guys. Kwame was supposed to be a 5-star guy that he's never going to the NBA. Biddle might have a cup of coffee. Shellstead dinged up.
Love Shellstead. Yeah. He's been a great player at Oregon, but can't be on the court.
The health is a major issue. But I also wonder how much of this is Dana just being like, I don't want to leave, but I don't want to stay. Yeah, I'm tired. And I think that there's also, I think you do bring up a good point about the West Coast and basketball, because those three schools, Oregon, USC, Washington, they're clearly putting money into football. I've heard that those schools are putting money into basketball, but they're not doing it at the same level as Michigan. They're not doing it at the same level as Illinois. They're not doing it at the same level as Alabama. Talking about teams that are balancing football and basketball. Because Kansas, they have a shine in the day every once in a while in football of late, but that's a basketball school. It's a basketball school. Kentucky is a basketball school. Indiana was a basketball school. Correct. And now they are just opening the spigot. We're pouring money into this. And Mark Cuban's paying for football. It ain't just football he's paying for. Yeah, that's the thing. The lazy argument when it comes to Oregon is always like, well, they got so much money. Why don't they just dump all their money into Oregon basketball? It's like, you only have so much money to go through. And honestly, does college basketball success at Oregon move the needle? No. Football's always number one. I'm not trying to compare football and basketball by any football's going to always sit there and be like, well, we could use some more. We could use some more. Hey, if there's more bucks to go around, even if you win a natty. Dude, Oregon could win the next 3 natties in a row, and someone's going to be like, Lanning himself will be like, dude, I need a little bit more money. Yeah. Well, that's the thing to keep this train rolling. Well, that's the thing is they're going to sit there and say that because now it becomes the easy fix. Yeah. Not that like Lanning's using that as a crutch, but I'm saying it's just holistically, that's something you could be like, well, we just need a little more money. We still a little more money. I think money in general is the laziest argument because we all know it takes money. Yeah. To say that Oregon just needs to dump money into Oregon basketball, I think the question is just where is it on the priority list? Are you gaining more? I know dollars are always reigning supreme, but does Oregon gain more out of their baseball team being better? If Oregon's baseball team gets great, and it's been really good over the last few years. If it gets great and has that rival up the road, is that better for the fan base than Oregon basketball? No, it doesn't do enough. Unfortunately, I know it doesn't money wise, but does it eyeball wise? No. We carry Ducks baseball in this station. Basketball's so much further ahead. Yeah. The only time baseball comes anywhere near is World Series. World Series. Yeah. Let's not lie though. Too the travel in basketball is brutal. Oh yeah. Same. If you're in Rutgers on a Thursday and Maryland on a Saturday, that might be 4 flags. No, it's absolutely nasty, but. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see kind of how this turns out. USC put money into it. They got Elijah Arenas. They got Muss. They got Muss out of Arkansas. Yeah. He was doing a good job there. And so can they get the recruiting side of it right? Can they have a player, whether it's Bronny James dying, right? Isaiah Collier getting hurt, Arenas. I was going to say Elijah Arenas' car catching fire. Yeah. they need to go like a season without one of their top 2 prospects having to check into the hospital for an extended period of time. That'd be super cool for them.
Yeah, a couple thoughts here on the text line, 503-864-6326. Get Dana Altman in a mid-major, WCC, Pac-12, Big West, MAC, etc. He'll win again. I do agree with that. Also, the counters, just look at BYU. They dump money in the men's program, and now they're on the national landscape. Football's doing just fine at BYU, too. Could be better.
Last year, they went and got Yegor Demin, and, started to kind of figure some stuff out with him alongside Richie Saunders.
But not everybody has somebody like what's his butt at the Jazz, Danny Ainge,
and Ryan Smith,
who can dump $8 million directly to a basketball program.
I mean, Oregon does. USC does.
But would they rather that go to the football program? To your point earlier.
But also, you can.
You can.
You can do that.
And that's why I'll harken back to the question, how much is basketball of importance?
Did you see what A.J. DeBonta did last night?
I did. I sure did.
40 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists on 15 of 21 shooting.
Dare I say I was more impressed with AJ than Bam last night?
But
I like college ball more than NBA, so that's a little me.
Real good last night.
Real good. Let's slide over to the other basketball program in the state. Look, it's one thing to be bad. It's another to sabotage. Loaded hour number 2, 105.1 The Fan.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This sports update is brought to you by Reynolds Defense Firm. If you've been arrested for a DUI, you need a team of attorneys that you can put your trust into. Call Reynolds Defense Firm today, online at reynoldsdefensefirm.com. First on the Fan, your Portland Trailblazers fell to the Charlotte Hornets 103-101. Charlotte overcame a 19-point deficit backed by a cold shooting performance from Portland. Blazers will get another shot at it facing off against the Jazz this Friday at 7 p.m. inside the Moda Center. Bam Adebayo had a historic night in the Heat's 150-129 win over the Washington Wizards. Bam finished with 83 points, surpassing Kobe's 81 to have the second highest point total in a game in NBA history. Bam also set the league record for free throws made and attempts, going 36 of 43 from the charity stripe. Some NFL news for you, as the Indianapolis Colts have reached an agreement on a 2-year deal with quarterback Daniel Jones, worth up to $100 million. Jones gets $50 million guaranteed at signing while he recovers from the torn Achilles that he suffered in Week 14 of the 2025 season. And if you missed it, the Ravens have agreed to sign free agent defensive end Trey Hendrickson on a 4-year, $112 million deal worth up to $120 in incentives. The Hendrickson deal came after the Ravens announced that they have backed out of the trade agreement that would have sent All-Pro defensive end Max Crosby to Baltimore. Now Baltimore will retain their 2 first-round picks. Lastly, the United States fell to Italy in the World Baseball Classic Tuesday night, 8-6. Team USA's ticket to the next round will now be determined by Italy and Mexico's contest Wednesday night. And if Mexico wins, the tiebreaker scenarios would be in full effect, all coming down to runs allowed per out recorded. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of the firm of Harris and Meringue. Weekday.
First hour, you can download that, the Fan Podcast, 1051thefan.com, the Odyssey app, wherever you get your podcasts. If you missed Dirt and Sprague this morning, you can go check that out, the Odyssey app, YouTube, rewind, fast forward, except in the future. That would be impossible. Impossible. A lot to get to this hour. We'll get to Mark DeRosa this hour. USA falls to Italy, drinking, not knowing the rules, and putting your faith in a game that you're not playing in. Ding, ding, ding. All 3 problems for good old US of A baseball.
Is that good?
We
did all 3.
I blame the loss last night. I did not wear my hat. So today I'm wearing my hat, hoping some juju to
so they lose?
Get no. I'm pro Italy right now. Viva Azzurri! For the first time in my life, I'm rooting for Italy. For the first time in my life, I'm rooting for the Italians. We'll get to Web Gems as well, but we just got done talking about the Oregon situation in basketball. And look, things are bad this year for them, but I am not like sitting here death nail in the coffin.
No.
They got to decide what they want to do, how much they want to invest in it.
I mean, they sucked against Maryland, but you know,
and they just kind of sucked all year. Yeah. And you know that sometimes you just stink. Slide the little brother over there for a second. Oregon State basketball, not far removed from an Elite Eight. The situation is going from worse to devastating, do I say, as we got the news that Wayne Tinkle would not be brought back. Tinkle has been kind of pretty honest that he's not retiring. He is looking for another option. I think there is a school out there that would really love Wayne
Tink's
Tinkle.
well liked. He's well respected. He'll get a job if he wants one. Like that's 100% out there.
The strangest thing that's coming around here, and stop me if you've heard this before, there's Scott Barnes doing Scott Barnes things. According to Trace Tinkle, he is claiming that he put his dad in a position to fail. This is a tweet he put out. When the director of athletics, I believe that is Scott Barnes, correct? The director of athletics is Scott Barnes, meets with the team before the conference tournament and tells them to be a bunch of individuals and to only focus on themselves for portal opportunities. It's obvious he's afraid of the abilities inside that locker room. He wanted them to lose. Now, I don't think they were going to beat Gonzaga at all.
No. Well,
even Santa Clara St. Mary's. I don't think they really had a shot.
Just remember.
I know. UP beat the Zags. I know. Everybody loves to tell me. I'll never get past it.
Yep.
Here's the situation.
But I don't think they were ever going to win that tournament. But to actively tell players to not win,
To play for yourself.
to be selfish. Look, you can be selfish in the NBA. We've seen it work.
Yeah.
It works in places. It's real hard to be selfish and make it work in college
And
basketball.
also, if you're going to be, even if you are looking at a transfer portal and going somewhere else, you know what the other coaches are going to see is you being selfish.
right?
But they don't want to see that.
Look, from a talent situation.
How do you show up when it quote unquote doesn't matter?
To give another situation, Darren Peterson may be the most hyped point guard in the draft since Kyrie.
Yeah, I mean he's
Point guard.
He's the best guard prospect in 25 years.
But you and I kind of go, we get a little shaky with him because of how he is with Bill Self. Now, there's room in the NBA to deal with that, so it probably won't be a big problem, but I get a little shaky on that. Oregon State doesn't have the talent to be able to do that. And if you didn't want to fire, if you wanted to fire Wayne Tinkle, but you were worried about them winning games, just wait till the end of the season, bro.
Or if you're going to fire him and tell him he has to go.
Yeah. I mean, here's another egregious thing that could be coming across the wire for Scott Barnes. Did you really think Oregon State was going to beat GU? No offense there. Like, anything can happen in basketball games. I don't think Oregon State's beaten GU. So let me ask you this question. Are you watching basketball?
No.
So you are now an AD who is much aligned in turmoil there in all sports. You are now telling players to not play hard, and you also think they're going to win? Dude, there's a lot of egregious stuff going on there. How the man still has a job is beyond me.
He's not asleep at the wheel. He's crashing into everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not like he's drunk driving crashing into everybody. It's like he's choosing to do this.
Good luck, everybody else. I turn now. Like, that's what this is. It's like,
it breaks my heart as a Wazoo kid. Like, you guys are we're bonded.
Yeah.
Like, we're homies together. What happens to you, I feel.
it's the
I can't back you on this.
the Siamese twins. Like, you're sharing the one heart kind of a deal.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
can you stop shooting the heroin into that side of the body, please?
Because I feel it over here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's what it is, guys. Just stop.
I'll continue to say this. Everybody that I have talked to, all of the people that I have talked to close to the Oregon State, all want him gone. They all want Barnes gone.
I don't know. I mean, again,
to be fair, they also want like the very top leadership of the university gone.
I mean, I've said this to you all the time. Nope, I don't got it.
Yeah,
I lost it.
it's okay.
It starts there.
It's a clean slate. I mean, I know why. It doesn't make any sense, but
it's money.
It's ineptitude at the very top. It's somebody who doesn't care. That's what it is. You throw the money in on top of it and makes it infinitely worse.
And here's another great thing. Scott Barnes just made the hire.
Yeah.
Justin Joyner, top assistant at Michigan, who's rolling this year. I'm sure he's a damn good recruiter.
Sure.
He got the job. I actually think it's a really nice hire for Oregon State. I think it's just nobody's ever going to feel good about Scott Barnes being the guy that got to make the hire. That's the problem.
No.
You know, ADs make great hires and still get fired all the time.
It's like keeping Kevin Pritchard around to make the pick, and it's Luke Babbitt and.
Let's not do that. Yeah, let's not do that.
Oh no!
And Kevin Pritchard is awesome.
Armand Johnson and Luke Babbitt.
And look what he's doing in Indiana. He's doing really well there.
Yeah.
But if you
and Chad Buchanan doing pretty good.
If you're telling me that, Danny, if you're telling me if Dusty walks in right now and goes, by the way,
you're fired,
but I need you to finish out this week. I don't know how good of shows we're gonna have, buddy. I don't know how good of shows we're gonna have.
Or we're gonna have really good shows.
Or we're barricading the door and no one can come in and they can't shut us off. Like someone's gonna have to go to the tower and unplug.
100%. Sounds fun with it.
I suppose that's that route.
Beep 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 beep. Sounds like Morse code.
It's just the dump button 35 times. Yeah, I mean that's what I'd do if I was Wayne Tinkle. The problem is what Wayne Tinkle did was the smart move. and coach his ass off, try to win some games,
He was a pro.
and get yourself another job. Because, again, you know who else is looking at it? You're talking about the players being selfish? You know who else is looking at it? AD's looking at how's Wayne Tinkle handling this. Okay?
Because he wants to coach still.
Because if Utah Valley needs a new coach next year, Wayne Tinkle might be your guy.
Yeah. Look, there's like, 317 Division I basketball schools? Tink can go get another job.
Yeah.
He can go get another job.
Dude, get out of here, man.
Yeah. So,
All the best to Wayne Tinkle.
indeed.
Fire Scott Barnes. I think Sprague said we need to be making T-shirts that say Fire Barnes. I didn't even go to Oregon State, and I'd rock one.
Oh, yeah. I think we could all hit them out all here.
I'd hit one for you.
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
My brethren, my peeps.
Move this man!
That's my quarterback. That's my teammate. Fan Madness is back. Join the Fan Thursday, March 19th and Friday, March 20th for the two most exciting days of basketball at Tom's Watch Bar at A Casino Resort in Ridgefield. Dirt and Sprague, the firm of Harris and Meringue, happy hour with Luke Anderson, and primetime with Isaac and Sukal broadcasting live throughout the days. Don't miss a minute of the action. Play hooky with the fan for Fan Madness, brought to you by some of our favorite friends at A, Window Nation, George McCoy at Warren Allen Attorneys at Law, Cricket Wireless, and Video Only, March 19th and 20th at A Casino and Resort. That's a week from tomorrow. Danny and I are stoked. We'll see you out there. When we come back, one last little nugget of college basketball, and then we'll move on to some baseball and some NFL because, boy, those hits kept coming as well. A little more next. That's Danny. I'm Patrick. 105.1 The Fan.
music would play and 30 new would whirl.
We'll get to some USA baseball here in a moment. A sneak peek for 10 Toes Down tomorrow. Worst GM, Scott Barnes or Neil O'Shea? Ooh, spicy.
His own
spicy.
That one's like as spicy as a mushroom.
Well, you'll have to wait till tomorrow at 12:15. You'll have to wait.
I have very personal feelings on that, but yeah, that one's not hard.
Have you been noticing or following this Utah Valley situation in the WAC?
Yeah, I mean, yes, but not like with the intent and passion and fervor.
And I'm just like, ooh, yeah. Probably because I live in this world, so when other people do stupid things, I get all real excited about it. Utah Valley is leaving the WAC, the WAC, for the Big West. I didn't even know the Big West existed.
Yep. It's the second time we've heard of the Big West in the last 10 days.
Why? Like, why? What is going on here?
Well, one was pimping.
The Big West just trying to dominate headlines. Well, I mean, that's how you get to know a conference.
Big West, come here to play basketball and to pimp.
That pimp story is so wild.
It's insanity.
The WAC Board of Directors put out a statement that the Utah Valley University has not complied with a Utah's judge order that directs them to pay $1 million in an escrow with the court, the amount of their agreed-upon exit fee from the Western Athletic Conference. So that is going to bar them from the WAC tournament, where they're the 1 seed.
Yeah.
It sounds like Utah Valley ponied up the money, and they're going to be able to play in the tournament. This is one of those moments where I kind of wish somebody was just like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah,
we'll keep the money.
A milli at like that level is
That's
not
a lot
an
of money.
insignificant amount of money.
That's a lot of money.
Here's the other thing. Pay the money, then go whoop everyone's butt.
See, but
that's what's actually kind of funny.
But that's also what's hilarious about these smaller conferences when it comes to the dance. What if they lose?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. They're betting on they're going to win the conference tournament and go to the NCAA tournament.
They're paying $1 million to make sure they go to the dance.
And they'll probably get $2.5–3 million to go do that.
And get waxed by somebody.
Or
stop.
They win that game.
Stop.
And,
who's the sacrificial lamb this year? If you had to guess one of the teams in the tournament that's a sacrificial lamb.
At the top, it's not Duke. It's not Michigan.
Give me the Johnnies.
Yeah, but they're going to be probably a 3 or a 4 seed. If you're looking for a 2 seed, you're probably looking at a team. Actually, you know what? It could be Duke. Duke's had injuries.
Kansas, if Peterson's not there?
Yeah, Kansas has got injuries. They're going to be like a 4 seed. So, man, who's our 3 seeds right now?
3 seeds? Probably Michigan State's a 3 seed. Unless they sneak a 2 seed, depending on how they do in the tournament.
They may move my bracketology
in the Big Ten tournament.
Let's see. Our current 3 seeds are Texas Tech's a 4 seed. Iowa State's a 3 seed. Alabama,
Iowa State, Nebraska, Purdue, and Alabama.
Bingo, Nebraska.
There it is.
Nebraska, Texas Tech at a 4 is no topping. I don't care if they scored 100 points the other night. No topping, they're going to be in trouble.
Nebraska's your 1 because they're depth.
They're 7 players deep.
Yeah. They're good.
They're good.
But their depth is just woof. One guy rolls an ankle and they're like, hey, guys, y'all are playing 40.
Yo, dude, coach's son is the point guard. And he's good.
Yeah.
Lil Hoiberg is
Hoiberg
good.
won Coach of the Year.
But I always giggle when a major program like Nebraska has the kid playing point guard.
Illinois is the 2 seed that's probably most volatile.
I like Illinois.
Who
are the other 2 seeds?
UConn, Houston, and who am I forgetting? Who am I forgetting? UConn, Houston. Oh, Michigan State.
Illinois and Michigan State.
Yeah. Michigan State.
I like Michigan State and Illinois too much. And UConn. Oh, damn. Dare I say Houston of that 2 seeds?
I think that your most volatility is in Illinois.
What are 1 seeds right now? Duke, Arizona,
Florida, Michigan.
Michigan.
Which was funny because Florida was like 10th in like BPI and rankings like 2 weeks ago.
I know.
But remember, what did Florida do last year?
Ran.
Through everyone.
Uh-huh. And then that's what's changed for them over the last few weeks. They're scoring a billion points.
All of a sudden, the thing they were supposed to do, they're doing again. It's like,
that's peaking at the right time.
Yeah, it matters.
Could be a lot worse.
Yeah, no. I mean, they've got a bunch of NBA dudes, so we'll see what that one looks like. But yeah, if I'm looking for volatility, it's Nebraska. As fun as that is. Which, what we got? 4 days till Selection Sunday?
Yeah. I have no idea if Utah Valley's any good.
Oh, I don't either, but I'm just saying in general, like the amount of money that could end up being worth is crazy. Oregon State's still getting paid.
From the Elite Eight?
Yeah.
Really?
I think this is the last payout year.
Oh, they don't. It's not a lump sum?
Mm-mm.
The NCAA is hard up for money.
Yeah.
It's like a $9 billion industry.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. It's like a rolling,
Put this on layaway.
It's like a rolling clock kind of a deal.
Oh, I get it. You get interest on that? Is the clock on it? You got juice going?
I don't know. Probably.
I would think so.
Like,
if you can't pay me my money now.
It's always like investment bank stuff that ends up doing these.
If you can't pay me my money now, I should be making a little juice.
A little bit of sauce,
something.
Right?
Yeah.
A little Worcestershire.
There was no sauce available last night.
Castile or otherwise.
Yes. USA falls to Italy. Is Mark DeRosa having the worst day today? We'll get to that next. There's Casey over there with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, your Portland Trail Blazers fell to the Charlotte Hornets 103-101. Charlotte overcame a 19-point deficit backed by a cold shooting performance from Portland, and Blazers will get another shot at it facing off against the Jazz this Friday at 7 p.m. inside the Moda Center. Bam Adebayo had a historic night in the Heat's 150-129 win over the Washington Wizards. Bam finished with 83 points, setting the league record for free throws made and attempts, going 36 of 43 from the line, finishing with 83. Some NFL news for you, as the Indianapolis Colts have reached an agreement on a 2-year deal with quarterback Daniel Jones. The deal is worth up to $100 million, but Jones will get $50 million guaranteed at signing while he recovers from the torn Achilles he suffered in Week 14 of the 2025 season. If you missed it, the Ravens have agreed to sign free agent defensive end Trey Hendrickson on a 4-year, $112 million deal worth up to $120 million in incentives. The Hendrickson deal came after the Ravens announced that they have backed out of the trade agreement that would have sent All-Pro defensive end Max Crosby to Baltimore, and now Baltimore will retain their 2 first-round picks. Lastly, the United States fell to Italy in the World Baseball Classic Tuesday night, 8-6. Team USA's ticket to the next round will now be determined by Italy and Mexico's contest Wednesday night. And if Mexico wins, the tiebreaker scenarios will be in full effect, all coming down to runs allowed per out recorded. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The Fan is live on YouTube and Twitch, and
I'm ready, Slick, are you?
You can put it on the board.
Web Gem's coming up next. Everybody's favorite. Tom gets canceled.
Got DJ Potato Sack over here.
Because I'm Irish, huh? Just taking Irish slang at me?
No, definitely. It's because you put on a jersey the other day and it looked like a bag of potatoes.
If that wasn't funny, I'd be mad. Because I'm going to go cry about that later. I'm definitely going to cry about that later. You have hurt my feelings. But for comedic value, I will let it slide for now.
Only because of the profanity that you used at me the second you put it on. That's what made it worth it. I was like, that was great.
Yeah, not a good look on P. Harris's part.
It fits. Screw you.
Yeah, that sucked. That sucked.
Fits like, I think what was the exact word you said? Fits like a glove.
Yeah. Oh, it's really comfy too. I had a shirt on underneath too, and I was like, ooh, I like this.
That's the thing is like, see, there you go. That's what you can tell yourself. It fit comfortably with a shirt on underneath.
Oh yes. The shirt made it thicker.
Yep.
Yes.
It matters.
United States falls to Italy last night, 8-6 in the World Baseball Classic. There's a lot to get to with this. There's a lot to kind of unpack with it. Nolan McLean, not good. Could have easily been pulled sooner rather than later.
Why would you do that, though? You've already clinched.
Damn it, stay on track here.
Sorry.
He had given up many home runs. Now, I will say for a hot moment, I know this is going to sound like the USA bias guy that I am right now. I am pretty sure I am the only person in this building that is actively 100% rooting for USA to advance. All you people out there, I hear you. You guys are like, it would be funny if America did. No, stop. No. I will Danny Meringue your ass right now and just tell you to shut up.
I'm with that.
USA, okay? No, tonight we're rooting for Italy. Just root for Italy.
It's easier.
It's easier to just go that route. I can walk you through the
run
scenarios.
differential.
But last night was a rough look, and it falls on Mark DeRosa. Now, before we get to DeRosa and his comments, Nolan McLean could have easily been pulled earlier in that game. Yarborough had a rough outing as well. Why PCA finally gets a start and hits 2 bombs is beyond my imagination. Look, Byron Buxton, one of the most highly touted prospects in the history of Major League Baseball, has never put it together. Mostly due to attrition, he just hasn't put it together. Why that guy starts and PCA doesn't start, beyond my imagination.
Look, and the thing is,
Gunnar Henderson last night, pretty good player. Pretty good player.
I mean, Buxton's a great defender, like incredibly good, but also so is PCA.
Yes.
Do people still fear Buxton on the base paths as much?
No. I don't. I've watched his entire career. Not me.
Injuries have definitely bit him over the years, but I get what you're saying.
And look, I hate to say this too, but guess who's having a better series than Cal Raleigh right now?
Will Smith.
That'd be Will Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just think there's a lot of really weird mismatch things here. Now, Bobby Witt is him. He is a G among Gs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really kill Judgy for striking out at the end of the game.
I do.
That stuff just kind of happens.
Well, does it happen to him more often?
Unfortunately, yes. I blame a lot of this on Bryce Harper. I've come full villain circle on that. I used to hate Bryce Harper. Then I gave up on it because I felt this guy is a uber talented Hall of Fame talent that I got to watch his entire career of, and now I'm back to hating him.
Who's the leader in that locker room?
I have no idea that answer.
Because if you
that
say
is a
Aaron
fantastic
Judge,
question.
If you say Aaron Judge, well, then you have guys like Bryce Harper who, regardless of if their energy is one way, you're going to undermine whatever Judge says.
I was just talking to the bosses out there in the middle of the break. Like, America so often, it wasn't until Bobby got things going late after PCA's second home run that the U.S. dugout was starting to cheer.
Mm-hmm.
That whole game, they looked like, oh, we're losing. Oh, this
They also look
sucks.
hungover.
Why are we losing? And let's get into that. Then you have Mark DeRosa. If this dude ever thought he was going to get a Major League Baseball managing position, which no one ever thought he was going to get, that is bye-bye. You don't know the rules, and then you tell everyone that y'all had some beers last night and some guys were dragging ass today? Boy, when Bruce Bochy's sitting right over there, like you could have had him.
Oops.
I'd rather have Rob Manfred in the dugout. I'd rather have Aaron Boone.
Him and Bryce.
I hate Aaron Boone.
Bryce Harper and Manfred getting it together would be kind of fun.
That would be fun. I'd rather have Jonathan Papelbon in there getting fights with Bryce Harper.
Yeah.
Sign me up for that.
It's just it's just lazy. It's lazy America, lazy entitled America.
Also boring.
To think we're already gone through. Look, Aaron Judge is an all-time player, an all-time talent. That is one of the most boring rah-rah captains I've ever seen in my life. Now, I love that he has the clout in Major League Baseball to call these guys and say, yo, Paul Skeens, I want you on this team. I love that. But I don't see...
But he's not cool.
I don't see a Derek Jeter. I don't see a Keith Hernandez. True people with captains, a David Wright. You know, I don't see that. If Bryce was the captain, it might be a jerk, but the dude plays with energy.
Yeah.
And now you sit here and Italy plays Mexico tonight, and you have no control. If Mexico...
Mamma mia.
Yeah, dude, I hate Italy now. And now I got to root for them against Mexico. Long story short, if Mexico beats America,
we're team pesto
4-3. If Mexico wins and scores 4 or less runs, America's out.
I have to go against my chips and salsa brethren, and I don't enjoy this.
Thanks for being on my team, dude.
I
was talking with the boys when we were doing the transition. Yeah. They're like, it'd be so funny. Sprague's like, I don't care.
No.
Dirt's like, it'd be hilarious if they didn't make it.
No.
Makes this Randy Arozarena Cal Raleigh incident a little more meaningful.
Fun, yeah.
Well, and then who says this? It's the 7th inning. Mexico's up 4-2. Why not just swing at garbage?
Just get through it.
Could they tank?
Yeah. 100% could. Hey, you know what happens if we just kind of keep this thing going? You wanna agree to send the Americans home? Because we can do that. Wouldn't be hard to be like,
The only thing I will say is I think there's too much pride in the game of baseball. I think there's too much pride in the game of baseball for guys to throw games.
But it's been decided.
The prize coming in the next round.
Yeah.
We're having a whole different conversation tomorrow if that's what
I'm
happens.
just saying, you have one nation in Mexico, probably a little perturbed still. That
look, USA Mexico 2-0.
Yeah.
That's a real thing in old footy.
And then, it's been 80 years, but Italy's probably still not thrilled about what we did up there. So they could come together against us. I could see it happening.
This Italy team is a little fun to watch.
Yeah.
They got some fringe MLB players and some good MLB. Vinny Pasquantino is a nice player.
You just
for the
like
Royals.
saying the names.
Dom Canzone might be your starting DH for the Mariners next year. I had Kyle Teal on a fantasy team.
There you go.
Okay, catching prospect for the White Sox. Jack Caglione, he's in the Royals. He's their number one prospect. Dude hits bombs, and he hit a bomb last night.
Well, if your name's Caglione, you kind of have to hit nukes.
I know. They call him J-Cag.
Oh, that works.
That's nice.
I like that.
That's nice. He's a big kid, too.
It was Michael Lorenzen on the mound yesterday.
And Michael Lorenzen pitched the greatest game of his life last night.
It's fun.
And that poor guy, this is his season. Because that guy, he's the ace. Do you want to guess where?
What is Colorado Rockies?
That's it, baby. You are praying to God that you have a decent year and they ship your ass somewhere else.
Can I be good enough to be sent somewhere else, please?
I always think about that. You're like, dude, Michael Lorenzen, you're a good pitcher.
Yeah.
Why are you in Colorado? And you're like, well, if I pitch well, they'll just trade me.
Yeah.
And I'll go to, I don't know, the Reds or
literally anywhere else.
Yeah. Braves need some starter depth. Oh, I'm going to Atlanta.
Well, if the Cardinals get good, maybe they'll get him.
I will take Italy to win the game. If Italy plays the way they played last night, they will beat Mexico. Mexico has some issues. I don't know. Do we know starters? No, we do not know starters yet. Oh, Aaron Nola. Great. For Italy. Love that. Love that. Yeah. Sorry, I like Aaron Nola a lot. Against Javier Assad. I do not know who Javier Assad is.
I was having trouble reading you there. I didn't know if you were pro or anti Aaron Nola.
Oh, I'm pro Nola.
Good pitcher.
Nola had a rough season last year.
Yeah.
I am pro Aaron Nola. I always have been.
There you go. Go Dads.
Let me pull this up.
Is he still in San Diego?
Yeah,
Aaron Nola?
Yeah.
No, he's in Philly.
Oh, that's right. He went to Philly. That's right. Duh.
Well, let's
Why is
see.
it in my... Also, Jim Boeheim. Still alive, but only barely.
Him on the desk has got to be exhausting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so any score in which the Italians win, Italy and USA will advance.
Yes.
Mexico and Italy advance if Mexico wins 4 runs or less. Mexico, United States win or advance if Mexico scores more than 4 runs and wins.
Why did you pull that up on your phone instead of one of the 2 computers in front of you?
Because I knew I needed to zoom in, and I can't zoom in on these. Just stop, okay?
Like there's like 8.
I'm already fired up about this.
I'm just saying, like you could have just searched that and it would have popped up like the direct quote.
Well, but I got a cool like graphic. I was looking at this graphic for you YouTubers to see. I got a cool graphic on my phone.
I just see you
I'm gonna have this.
Grab your phone. I'm like, what is happening?
I'm gonna
now?
have this graphic up at my home on my television.
There you go.
Well, not on my television.
Just tape it to it.
I'm just maybe I'll print it out.
There you go.
And just have a little cheat sheet next to me while I watch this game.
Just move a little game piece.
Here's
like where it's actually at live.
Here's what you got to hope. You got to hope that
Italy wins.
Italy scores 4 runs in the first 2 innings.
Pack it up.
That's the goal. If Italy scores 2 runs or 4 runs in the first 2 innings, I'm good.
You're good to go.
And then I'll just watch the rest. Dude, they flexed it too. This game was supposed to be on Tubi. They're putting the Dominican Republic and Venezuela on Tubi because they both advanced.
Yeah, because this has got juice to it. Put stakes on things that matter.
The worst part about the last thing I will say about the Mark DeRosa situation is nobody will actually kill him in the baseball world because he works for MLB Network.
And they all like him.
And MLB Network is, for my money, the best sports network out there. NFL's pretty good.
Sports, yes.
Yeah, NFL's pretty good. They like to stick to football more than the drama off the field. MLB is great. They will not say a bad word about DeRosa.
No.
And I really didn't have a problem with DeRosa. He's a TV guy, but he's like a very likable bro.
Sure.
And I figured that would fit in for Team USA. But, bro, you don't know the rules. And even if you did go out drinking last night, don't tell anybody that. Especially when, like, you should be winning games 35-0, just rolling the ball out there.
Instead, you're out here messing around and getting caught.
Yeah. Keep it in the clubhouse.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, dude. And I can look at that roster up and down and go, he went.
Super easy.
Guess who didn't go? I'll bet you Aaron Judge didn't go. You know, you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Bobby Witt went. And if Bobby Witt did go, then Bobby Witt is the best player in baseball, not named Shohei.
I mean, Wade Boggs used to play hammered.
Wade Boggs is a Hall of Famer.
That's what I'm saying. So, just saying. Just saying I'm saying, you know?
I'm hot.
I like it.
I'm hot.
It's good. I'm saving my hotness for the Ravens.
Yeah, we're going to get there in the big nooner. We'll finish up this hour with Web Gems. That's next. 105.1 The Fan.
The Fan
All right, this is everybody's favorite Web Gems. Do it every single day at 11:45. Coming up in the big nooner. I can't believe we waited this long. We will get to Max Crosby back in Vegas. I'm going to ask you a question, Danny, and I'm going to try to sell you on it, and we'll see how it goes. Okay?
Uh-huh.
We'll have to talk about the future of trading, how you deal with people, etc. Diana Rossini, take a bow. You're having a hell of a day.
She called it out real quick.
Real quick. And we'll talk a little bit about the Seattle Seahawks. Look, I was a little doom and gloom on them a couple days ago, and they've kind of turned that around. So big NFL in the big nooner. I am quite disappointed in the amount of people on the YouTube that want Mexico basically to be petty and kick the USA out.
Yeah, it's weird. Not going to lie.
Look,
it's super weird.
It is your right as a tax-paying American citizen to hate America. It's called freedom of speech. It's in the Constitution.
To be a douche canoe.
But you should be rooting for your team. Come on. USA.
Super weird.
Fanatics, they have canceled. This story comes to you by way of Saudi Arabia. Fanatics has canceled the Tom Brady flag football event in Saudi Arabia due to the war that's going on over there.
Yeah.
I feel like this flag football thing is a lot like Fetch from Mean Girls. We're trying to make it happen.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we should.
It's like pickleball, like when they keep trying to make a professional pickleball league. No one is ever going to care enough about pickleball to turn it into professional league.
Yeah, and I think if there was a league in like the off season, no, they would never let them do it.
No.
But if there was a league that had NFL players, I would watch.
I wouldn't.
I would at least give it a shot.
I wouldn't.
I would give it a shot for sure. I would. Now, just like a bunch of bros I've never heard of play flag football, I'm probably not doing that.
Well, Rajon Rondo is the #1 flag football.
But see, that would get me to watch.
But that's a sideshow.
But who's Rajon Rondo playing?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's my question. Is Rajon Rondo playing Danny Meringue from, Wilsonville, Oregon?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to watch that.
No.
Throwing bombs to Casey Smith from Beaverton? Like, I don't want to watch that.
No.
Now, is Rajon Rondo throwing bombs to Chase Budinger?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll watch that. I'm interested in that.
Sure. But that's the thing is, like, it's going to become ESPN 8 the Ocho.
That's what it's going to become.
That's what it's going to become.
It's going to become, and then at that point, I'd rather watch sillier sports.
Yeah.
I'd rather watch year-round biathlon.
Ultimate Frisbee.
Yeah.
I actually would rather watch Ultimate Frisbee than no-name flag football.
It's pretty nuts what they can do.
Well, yeah, and they can be no-name because they are no-name now. I think I'm more into that.
But, yeah, the whole flag football in Saudi Arabia, like what?
I know. Look, me and Swag are probably the two that love the fringiest of fringe sports. I'm out on this.
Look, ESPN 8 the Ocho Day, I love.
Embrace. One day a year, I love it. I think it's fantastic.
Are you kidding me? I'm Scrooge McDuck in that. I'm diving into the money pit. Like, let's go. But, yeah, the whole idea of, like, we're going to get this and we're going to do this. And it's like, quit trying. It's like building up a stock to short it.
Yeah.
Like legitimately. It's like, we all know this is going to suck eventually, right? Like, why are we doing this?
This texter thinks a curling league would work.
I mean, it won't.
I don't know, dude. I watch randos in the Olympics play curling.
That's the thing is, the Olympics, once every 4 years is fun.
Yeah, it's nation versus nation. I don't know if I care about Minnesota versus Nashville.
See, that's the thing right there. One quasi sport, kind of like it in a sense that does gain a little traction, not bowling, darts.
Dude, darts comes across my timeline
I
all
watch
the time.
The video all the time.
All the time. There's like some 17-year-old kid beats some like 45-year-old fat dude.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty great.
They're both ripping heaters.
Yeah, both ripping heaters.
All right, on this set, this young man needs triple 20, and triple 20, and then
ding,
ding, ding. You're like, ah!
And their walkout entrances are the most intense you've ever seen.
Would y'all ever check out water polo? No.
I have had friends who have won gold and silver medals for Team USA.
Cool.
I watched them play.
Yeah.
And then I moved on.
Move along.
So, the literal height of the sport. And don't be wrong, it's dope. But beyond that, cool.
The only way it would work would be with recent retirees, like the 3-on-3 league Ice Cube has for basketball. That's not a bad thought.
It's fine.
T.O. out there catching bombs.
It's fine.
Yeah.
You're not getting me to watch.
Yeah.
Like
I think so.
the big three has come to Portland multiple times. You know how many times I've been? Settle.
Did they not do
I didn't even know they came.
basketball 3-on-3 tournament with Jimmer Fredette in it?
Yeah,
a few years ago.
But that's a fringe NBA player.
Yeah. And then, you're talking about washed NBA players old NBA players in the big three.
What's your entrance music?
I mean, I'd have to really sit down. Like, what's it for?
Yeah. For darts.
Darts? Oh, man.
Right.
I'd want to take some real time in that. I'd want it to be like 7 minutes long.
I think the problem for me is like I always just want Timmy Trumpet.
Screw it.
But that's taking somebody else's.
Whole lot of love.
Oh.
Zeppelin.
Yeah. Because you do Smoke on the Water with heaters in your mouth.
Yeah.
Bam, 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 bam.
Who you think you are? I am.
I just would like, this is what I want. Like, I want this so bad, But I can't because that's Sugar Diaz.
It's somebody else's.
It's somebody else's, yeah.
That's the thing is you got to take a little bit of time with it. But yeah, no. Zeppelin, Whole Lot of Love.
Oh, I think I already know mine. That's got to be it, right? Just some Smash Mouth. Yeah. It ain't no joke. I'll have to dress like the dude from Smash Mouth.
I would say Guy Fieri.
Yeah, Guy Fieri meets Smash Mouth, dude.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I think I'm feeling this.
That's a good one to roll out to.
Yeah. P-I-M-P.
Yeah, that ain't bad.
R.I.P. flag football. We barely knew ye.
You didn't even live.
Yet we will not miss you. When we come back, let's get into the big nooner. Max is back in Vegas. How shady is shady? And Seattle loses one but brings back another. A lot of NFL here in the final hour. Stick with us. 105.1 The Fan.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, your Portland Trailblazers fell to the Charlotte Hornets 103-101. Charlotte overcame a 19-point deficit, backed by a cold shooting performance from Portland. The Blazers will get another shot at it, facing off against the Jazz this Friday at 7 p.m. inside the Moda Center. Bam Adebayo had a historic night in the Heat's 150-129 win over the Washington Wizards. Bam finished with 83 points, setting the league record for free throws made and attempts, going 36 of 43 from the charity stripe. Some NFL news for you, as the Indianapolis Colts have reached an agreement on a 2-year deal with quarterback Daniel Jones. The deal will be worth up to $100 million total, but Jones will get $50 million guaranteed at signing while he recovers from the torn Achilles that he suffered in Week 14 of the 2025 season. If you missed it, the Ravens have agreed to sign free agent defensive end Trey Hendrickson on a 4-year, $112 million deal worth up to $120 in incentives. The Hendrickson deal came after the Ravens announced that they have backed out of the trade agreement with the Raiders that would have sent All-Pro defensive end Max Crosby to Baltimore, and now Baltimore will retain their 2 first-round picks. Finally, the United States fell to Italy in the World Baseball Classic last night, 8-6. Team USA's ticket to the next round will now be determined by Italy and Mexico's contest tonight, and if Mexico wins, the tiebreaker scenario would be in full effect, all coming down to runs allowed per out recorded. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of dirt and spray.
Two down, one to go here. The firm of Harris and Meringue. We do this bad boy every Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Stoked to have you with us. Stoked to have you with us. After us, we'll turn it over to Duck Insider from 1 to 2. The Fan Happy Hour with Luke Anderson from 2 to 3. And then Primetime, baby, from 3 to 7. Oh, nope, that's tomorrow. Finishing up 13 hours of live, local, continuous, regional sports talk radio.
Squirrel.
My wife this morning was like, yeah, yesterday. And I was like, yesterday? Tuesday? It's like, oof. Dude, serious situation.
You're in the thick of it now.
Dude, serious
Welcome.
situation, man. My short-term memory is going.
Yeah.
I don't even really smoke that much weed anymore.
Bro, I never did. And I can remember the dumbest things known to man, but if you ask me something that actually matters, good luck, dog.
I know Bob Gibson's
50-50.
I know Bob Gibson's ERA and stats from the 1968 World Series. I have to remember when some of my kids' birthdays are.
Yeah, it does not make any sense. Like what stays and what goes now. I hate it.
My wife said it's one of two things. Either you're just not listening to me or there's a problem. And I'm very happy that you're listening to me, but that's a bigger problem.
Yeah.
If you just weren't listening to me, I could be mad at you.
I've always hated that whole idea of like, well, you can't remember because you don't care. It's like, no, I have ADD and ADHD, and my brain doesn't function that way. I have 50,000 file containers in my head, and having this straight line access to know where it's at is impossible. That's what it is. It's been like that my whole life. It's just before the neurons still fired, I could actually like have some semblance of where that organization is in the drawer.
And man, a lot to get to this hour. We'll hang out in the NFL and maybe one of the weirdest situations that has come across, at least in my recent memory or lack thereof, as Max Crosby has returned to Vegas.
I like Max Crosby.
Max Crosby. As Max Crosby has returned to Vegas, Baltimore has pulled out of this deal, claiming after Max Crosby failed his physical, they were no longer interested in sending 2 first-round picks to the Las Vegas Raiders for Max Crosby. In completely unrelated news, not related at all, own accord, they signed Trey Hendrickson to a 4-year deal. Not related at all.
Yeah. So here's what sounds like happened.
And shout out Rossini for kind of taking the spearhead on this.
Yes, shout out Diana, Portland's own. But the gist of it is the Ravens went into free agency with the idea of, like, hey, we got Max Crosby, and let's go ahead and see what else we can do. Well, they got their butts handed to them. They lost their center. They lost their tight end. They weren't able to land some other guys. And because the league year does not start until today, they have until today to start working the physical, the process,
53 minutes.
Yes. So, everyone in the league knew Max Crosby was shut down by the Raiders. It was not Max Crosby was shut down. The Raiders shut him down.
He was very vocal. Remember, there was a video of him shooting hoops, and he was like, look, I look fine.
He's like, I'm fine. He's like, because Max wants to play.
Again, a few weeks ago was the video of him sparring with former middleweight champion Sean Strickland.
That's true. Yeah. That's true.
So the whole idea about him being like, oh, no, he's really injured. No. This is the only thing we're missing is an Anthony Slater from The Athletic making up a BS story about how a team doctor was injecting Gary Payton II with Toradol. Like, that's the only thing we're missing right now. Instead of it actually falling on ownership and being bitter and whiny about it, which is what you had with the Warriors, at least the Ravens they're not doing that.
Well, let me ask you that.
Because they're to be blunt, they're butthurt. Like they realized, oh crap, things are not going well. You know what's better than Max Crosby? Trey Hendrickson and our picks
and 2
back.
first-round picks. And that's my biggest question from it. Like, why can't, I totally understand, and I hate the phrase devil's advocate, but I do want to ask from the other side. Why can't, if Baltimore looks around and says, ooh, actually we probably made a mistake, and this Trey Hendrickson and draft pick situation is a better idea, why can't they do that? Why do they get the label of being shady? Is it because they're claiming it's Crosby failed a physical and not being honest? Would that make this whole situation better? If they just came out and said, you know what, Max failed his physical, that reminded us we actually think it's a better direction to get Hendrickson and our picks. If they were honest, does that change the situation?
No, because
or does
you agreed
it still
to a deal.
feel shady?
No. It doesn't feel shady. It's shady. It's shifty. It's nasty. To be full stop. You've agreed to the transaction. And everyone in the league knew where Max Crosby's health stood.
Max Crosby was the domino that started all of the free agents.
We talked about it on Monday. Yeah, it was the domino. Look, I'm with you. It looks really, really bad. It looks like sour grapes. It looks like we made a mistake and screwed up on this. Baltimore is in a better spot now. I firmly believe that, as much as I like Max Crosby. And I'm not worried about his medical stuff because it sounds like his doctors aren't worried about his medical stuff. He's not worried about it. I guess it's been more about long-term Max Crosby, but I don't think Baltimore cares about long-term Max Crosby.
But not only that,
they want next 2-3 years Max Crosby.
The surgery Max had was a meniscus repair, not a trim.
Right.
The repair has better long-term outcomes than the trim.
But the trim has shorter recovery time.
Yes, but longer tail stuff, it's more problematic, and you will likely lead to another surgery. Whereas what he did was the repair. Was to have, so you can't even be like, well, the long-term prospects. No, dog, that doesn't work either. This was, somebody on YouTube said the Ravens made a handshake deal and went back on it. They didn't even make a handshake deal. Like, they did the deal.
Well, and I think
this is like you drove the car off the lot, dog.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes this shady the most is it's the one person, the team, the thing it screws over the most. It's probably not fair to them. Now, I know life's not fair, but this hoses the Raiders.
Yes.
It hoses them so bad because now his value changes. His value changes with nothing else changing.
It hoses anyone who was trying to go after a pass rusher
Agreed.
during this time. I
Agreed.
mean, think about Carolina, who just signed Jalen Phillips to a 4-year deal. I bet you that they probably wanted a piece of Crosby.
Without a doubt, yeah. I mean, if the teams that were going after Crosby were Dallas, does Dallas rescind on the Gary deal now? Because they want to go get Max Crosby instead?
No, here's the deal.
What's the fallout from it?
I said this, I wouldn't do the Cowboys first and second, because that was what was reported that was going to be there for Max. But if you give me a first, a second, and Gary,
there's no way they do that, because I don't think a first and a second is on the table anymore.
I don't think it has anything to do with the value, because there were multiple teams that were putting up a first and a second.
I understand that,
firsts.
but I think if the Raiders, let's take the Cowboys for example, because we heard what their offer was. If they get back into this race, they're going to say, He's not worth a first and second. He's hurt. He's injured.
No,
Sorry,
no,
man. And they'll try to lowball it at a first and a fourth.
Then you don't get him.
And that leads me to my next question, Danny.
That's the thing is the injury stuff has not changed. This is not news. This is not news to anybody. It's not leverage to anybody. That's why nobody believes the Ravens. They're full of crap.
Daniel Jones just signed a $100 million contract.
Yeah. And nobody believes that anything about any injury. There's no leverage play here. If you want Max Crosby, it's going to cost.
What it costs.
Yeah.
I want to read some text when we come back on the other side. Let this breathe for a second. But I also want to ask this question. Dare I say, after what has transpired since Max Crosby has been traded, the Raiders would be better off keeping him. We'll go there next. 105.1 The Fan. 503-864-6326 is the fan text line. I wanted to read some of your thoughts right here. This is P1B Rod. I get it, though. If the Ravens doctors found a few things that might suggest he won't be as explosive or won't play as long, I'd probably be out too, especially if it means trading 2 first-round picks and taking on that contract after losing 7 guys to free agency. We'll never know the full truth. This other texter, what this Ravens did might be labeled unethical, but ultimately genius. They kept their 2 firsts and still a Pro Bowl rusher. With that said, I can for sure see why Danny or other Raider fans would be upset. They're going to get far less for Crosby now. I get it. Baltimore is now an unreliable partner. Can't trust they will execute a deal right now before the deadline. What about all the players the Raiders agreed to sign? There's a lot of kind of dominoes and repercussions that fall from this. Now, I teased this going into the break, and we talked a little, Danny, during the break. All these players that they signed, that's all going to go through. They had the money for it.
Yeah.
You know, your new center is there. Your new corner is there. Dare I say the Raiders are better. And they just added Max Crosby. Is there a world where you can live in that maybe Max staying is an okay thing? You've bolstered your offensive line. You're going to take Mendoza. I know you wanted that Ravens first-round pick. Look, I know you did, and that's a huge thing. But if we knew that the Raiders were getting better after they dealt Crosby, and now Crosby's in the fold, assuming you're not in salary cap hell, I kind of like it. I don't know where Max sits, but I kind of like it.
They definitely needed some more help on the offensive line. They still need another offensive weapon. You know, when you're talking about the 14th pick, you know, with the way things have shaken out in free agency, you were probably expecting one of the wide receivers to fall to you, whether it's Mekhi Lemon or it's Jordan Tyson. It's like, and I don't know if you've noticed this, but wide receivers in the early part of the draft over the last 10 years have been pretty damn good.
Yeah, and even if you miss out on those guys, you got Omar Cooper Jr., Denzel Boston. It's kind of deep.
So, and then, you know, there's multiple offensive linemen. So let's say you don't pick at 14 and you instead, you know, somebody else wants to trade up there. You trade back and you get, you know, a first and a second out of it. And then you go get, you know, Boston and Ione, you know, the guard from Penn State. Like,
is Marvin Harrison available?
Again, there's like a million different pathways. And so, like, that's one of those things where I definitely look at it and go, I'm not a big fan of that. I mean, also the way the Ravens operating this way. When you make these kind of deals, do we have a deal? Yep, we got a deal. The amount of time you've spent before that, getting to that point, walking that back is not. Look, man, I'm careful saying this. I sold my house, and the people that I worked with, I felt like had a handshake that they went back on. And it really took me, and I sold that place in December. And I was pissed off about it until probably about a week ago, because I felt like they went against everything that they said they would, that they shook on. And to me, that's a big deal. Like if you have a handshake deal of like, wow, you're going to operate with something, and then you go against that, like there better be a really, really, really good reason for that.
Yeah, if I'm a Ravens fan right now, I'm pretty stoked.
Sure.
I think this is an awesome move. You do keep your picks. Again, we talked about this with Kansas City. Baltimore shouldn't be picking in that range.
No.
Not with the talent that they have. So that pick becomes even more valuable than ever. It's like, you know, we'll keep talking about those damn buck picks for the Blazers. How valuable can those picks be, especially if you don't expect to be in that spot for a while. If you're Baltimore, you're great. But I think that's what's really tough. Now, the reality is the reality. It's business. I think that's the part that gets hung up the most. And
it's selfish.
I wonder what the trade market looks like in the future on this too. Because if the Raiders are telling the Ravens, this is his medical situation, and then the Ravens get their independent that confirms that medical situation.
Nothing changed.
Nothing that you can't change. Now, if something did change, sure, I get it.
You wouldn't have 31 other teams right now saying nothing changed. We all know where it's at because Dr. Neil Elatrachi, who has done 11 billion of these surgeries, I mean, I think Probably half the Blazers' surgeries over the past 20 years have been done by Neil Tracci down in L.A. Like, he's one of the foremost athletic knee surgeons, orthopedic surgeons in the world.
The other thing is don't we always hold Baltimore's front office in high regard?
Yeah. Oops.
It's an out-of-character move for them.
Doesn't look good.
Do you think this really prevents people from making deals with Baltimore in the future?
No.
Because I don't either.
Look.
Now, what the league does, that could be an interesting situation. Does the league say, like, do we go to independent arbitrators about physicals, about guys that pass or fail? Because one team could pass a guy, one team could look at Crosby's knee and say it's fine, and another one goes, no.
You could fail a player for literally anything. Yeah. And that's not just the NFL, it's across sports.
He swore when he was in there, and I think he is mentally unstable.
Yeah, like the amount of things that you can go down. But yeah, that's the thing about this is either the general manager or the owner or some combination of both peed down their leg. They realized, oh, crap, we lost Likely. Oh, crap, we lost Linderbaum. Oh, crap, we don't have what we thought we might get when we came out of free agency, and we gave up our draft capital. Don't get me wrong, Max Crosby's really good, but we lost a lot more than we thought we were going to lose.
Boy, Max Crosby felt like the biggest Band-Aid on that situation. Like, we even realized that they were losing guys, but they got Max Crosby. We're like, oh, my God, this puts them back into where they need to be. Maybe that's on us, too, for not realizing that Max Crosby might have been a desperation move. And that's probably why they turned back on it. They realized, wait, why are we that desperate? We could have done something else.
Well, what I would imagine happened.
I mean, Hendrickson is getting close to 30, but he's not getting the 30 he wanted.
No. And what I imagine happened is that somebody peed down their leg in Baltimore, and a phone call was made to Trey Hendrickson's agent and said, hey, we won't give you what you want, but we'll give you the years if you do this now, and we'll get out of Max's deal.
Yeah, I want to know what the other offers for Trey Hendrickson were.
I don't think it mattered because I don't think anybody – because remember the reporting was –
I think the guy said
the number
this morning
was the number
Buffalo and a bunch of other people were interested in Trey Hendrickson, but the number just wasn't there. And Schefter reported that he wasn't coming off that. He was sticking to his number.
And now he did.
I mean, Baltimore's a good situation for him.
And in what division?
In his old division, he gets 2 licks at Joe a year, assuming Joe plays.
But genuinely, I believe a big part of that was sticking it to Mike Brown.
This texter, but until the trade is consummated, it's not consummated.
Okay, dude.
You're talking about good faith.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I hope that somebody's saying that is either the dumbest person on the face of the planet or not that terrible of a human. And I'm not talking about like in the sense of like, it's the NFL, dude. It's like, no. That says a lot about you as a human. How you operate in business says a lot about you as a human. And I'm not just saying this as a Raiders fan. I'm saying this is like, bro, you don't like, here's the thing. If there was an undisclosed medical issue and the Raiders were hiding it, I'd be like,
that's different.
Bro, that's on the Raiders. I'd be pummeling the Raiders today.
I think one thing
that's not the case.
I think that one thing that bothers me is I know there's people out there that don't think the Ravens are necessarily in the wrong and think Mexico should score 4 runs and then both lay down.
Yeah.
There is something to be said about integrity. Look, Baltimore doesn't have to do this. That texter's not wrong. It is not consummated.
No. That's not.
It's not incorrect information. But I hear you. There's to be
zero integrity in
Look, I understand that Luka can get traded. Like, that changes everything and anybody can get. Joe Burrow, to your point yesterday, could get traded. There is still some form of line of integrity in sports. There has to be.
In life, dude.
There has to be.
Warehouse full of kittens, but yeah, integrity.
Going to hell.
But you know what I mean? Like, it's like, it's not consummated until it's consummated. Like, bro, if you are going through life like that, that is a miserable existence. Like, it doesn't matter because I can just screw over anybody I want whenever I want because it's about me and I'm selfish. It's like, that's a really, really crappy outlook.
Leaving your wife right before the wedding day.
Yeah, you know what?
Leaving your fiancé.
You know what?
I realize
we weren't married.
Want this.
Yeah, I don't really want this. It's totally cool. Like, no, bro. That's a really, really nasty outlook.
How long does this drag out?
I bet you behind the scenes for quite some time.
I think
yeah,
because I'll tell you what.
Behind the scenes, I bet
Warriors, Blazers,
this happens all year.
Lawyers got involved.
Does Max Crosby play a game for the Raiders this year?
I wouldn't. I'm not going to say yes, but wouldn't shock me.
I think so.
I think he looks around now and probably goes, damn, y'all did pretty good in here. Nice little renovation.
Yeah, he painted the house. Yeah, it looks good.
Nice. Look at this.
Hey, my key fob still works.
Oh, new kitchen.
Yeah, I mean, he was at the facility.
Do you think that his key fob at any moment was shut off?
No.
Probably not.
Even though he was in Baltimore?
Probably not.
You just hold on to it?
Yeah.
It's like I one time worked for a boss who we were going to fire a server, and they deleted all their shifts before they fired him, and the server realized all their shifts were deleted and did not come in to get fired because they knew they were getting fired. That was a mistake.
Yeah.
That was a mistake. You got to delete those shifts afterwards.
There you go. I'm just thinking about this now, and I'm just like, yeah, I could see Max playing, but also I could see him kind of being happy. He's got it's the open floor concept in there now.
I mean, that's how I'm looking at it. I kind of like the idea of Vegas sticking with Crosby.
Quay Walker, Max Crosby, Malcolm Kuntz,
Fernando Mendoza,
Giddy Pay,
Ashton Genty.
Got a nice little moon roof in here.
Right? Yeah. Hey, look, y'all put a skylight in.
Hey, the button's automatic, too. I don't have to hold it the entire time.
Right? God, it's
yes.
Nice.
It's a little one tap.
And there's the one that has the clicker for the different settings. I love that.
But it's like his favorite sofa is still sitting there.
Right, the one he broke in, still in the back room.
Damn, did Exhibit come in here, pimp this ride?
Yeah, see?
Is that what went down?
Got a fish tank.
I don't know. I think it's fascinating. Baltimore will go nothing to see here.
And people will still deal with Baltimore.
People will. Ozzie Newsome still running that program over there?
No, it's oh gosh dang it.
Well, I don't know if he's the GM, but is he still the president? President of football operations?
DaCosta is the GM.
DaCosta.
Yeah.
Okay. Former.
Yeah. DaCosta is the EVP and general manager.
No, he's the executive vice president of player personnel for the Baltimore Ravens. Still is.
Ozzie?
Ozzie.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Ozzie is like one of the most stable guys in all the NFL. It's like him and John Schneider and what's his name in Philly? Howie Roseman.
Yeah, and DaCosta's been with the Ravens since they started in '96.
People are going to deal with the Ravens.
Yeah.
The Raiders might not deal with the Ravens ever again. That ship might have sailed.
And if they do, it'll come with a pound of flesh.
This texter, the Raiders could move off the number 1 pick.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I've said that like 11,000 times.
I don't think they are, amigo.
No, I mean,
the
quarterbacks are gone now.
I think they're taking Mendoza.
Does this hurt Joe Burrow wanting to stay in Cincy?
What, not having Hendrickson?
Not having a defense another year.
I mean, the clock is on.
Max Crosby comes back to the Raiders is the domino that falls that makes Joe Burrow want to come to the Raiders.
The clock is on for Joe.
Burrow. I'd love to see it.
Would you trade that first pick for Burrow?
Yes.
Absolutely. I'll give you the first pick and Max Crosby.
Yeah. 100%.
Because Joe Burrow's going to cost – if Desmond Bain costs 5 number 1 picks, Joe
Burrow.
The
NFL is just weird.
I know, but Joe Burrow costs a lot.
Yeah, I know, but it's the number 1.
The Magusta Festival on June 27, 2026 at Waterfront Park featuring Sublime, Cypress Hill, and more. Well, the firm here, they've got your chance to win. You can listen all week, Monday through Friday. We've got a few more days left. For the code word, text it to 503-864-6FAN for your chance to win tickets. You can visit 1051thefan.com for more details. Text the word Sublime, that's SUBLIME, to 503-864-6FAN now to enter for your chance to win a pair of tickets to the Magusta Festival on June 27th at Waterfront Park. Head to 1051thefan.com for complete details. When we come back, let's look at the Seattle Seahawks. Addition by subtraction, maybe, might explain some mock drafts, but also a key piece comes back. There's Casey with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, your Portland Trailblazers fell to the Charlotte Hornets 103-101 last night. Charlotte overcame a 19-point deficit, backed by a cold shooting performance from Portland, but the Blazers will get another shot at it, facing off against the Jazz this Friday at 7 p.m. inside the Moda Center. Bam Adebayo had a historic night in the Heat's 150-129 win over the Washington Wizards. Bam finished with 83 points, surpassing Kobe's 81 to have the second highest point total in a game in NBA history. He also set the league record for free throws made and attempts, going 36 of 43 from the charity stripe. Some NFL news for you, as the Indianapolis Colts have reached an agreement on a 2-year deal with quarterback Daniel Jones. That deal is worth up to $100 million, but Jones will get $50 million guaranteed at signing while he recovers from the torn Achilles that he suffered in Week 14 of the 2025 season. And if you missed it, the Ravens have agreed to sign free agent defensive end Trey Hendrickson on a 4-year, $112 million deal worth up to $120 million in incentives. The Hendrickson deal came after the Ravens announced that they have backed out of the trade agreement that would have sent All-Pro defensive end Max Crosby to Baltimore. And now Baltimore will retain their 2 first-round picks. Finally, the United States fell to Italy in the World Baseball Classic Tuesday night 8-6. Team USA's ticket to the next round will now be determined by Italy and Mexico's contest tonight. And if Mexico wins, the tiebreaker scenarios would be in full effect, all coming down to runs allowed per out recorded. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of the Fan Happy Hour with Luke Anderson.
what an opportunity.
Getting higgy with it.
I'm a peacock! You gotta let me fly!
Closing arguments coming up next to send you on your way. We'll finish up a little bit in the NFL. Keep our eyes on this Max Crosby situation. See how it plays out, where they go from here. I don't think there's any litigation or anything that can really happen. But who knows? Who knows?
Oh, if there's ways to lawyer, they'll lawyer.
Yeah, well, they'll definitely give it a try. What do billion-dollar companies what are billion-dollar companies okay with doing? Spending money on lawyer fees.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you usually have some on retainers, so you might as well use it.
You're paying for it anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, you might as well.
Mm-hmm.
The Seattle Seahawks. Danny, I want to give you some credit here, bud. You called it. Reek Woolen out the door.
That one was pretty much put up on Maine for everybody to see.
Yeah, I know. I kind of agree. But, you always wonder when you get in that Super Bowl vibe if you just want to run it back. I'm not always the biggest fan of running it back, even if you did win. You can always be better. You can always tinker.
There's motivations. That's that might be the single biggest hurdle to overcome.
Uh-huh.
What leads to winning a Super Bowl is talent, but it's the right motivations coming together at the right time. Yeah, guess what? Reek Woolen, was the best version of himself until it wasn't, right?
Sure.
But he still found a way to go out there and ball out. Or, Witherspoon went out there to ball out. Kenneth Walker III went out there to ball out.
Yeah.
Why? Because they all want new deals.
Yeah, that's true. And it's funny that Reek goes to Philly on a one-year, $15 million deal, because we saw this at Philly after they won the Super Bowl. Guys were pretty vocal. They were like, it's hard to repeat, and we're seeing why now. Some guys are like, I never would have done this, but now
they lost one of their exciting whites.
But now
Reed Blankenship's gone.
Now I realize that I don't have the same motivation as I did last year. I have a chip. I have a bag. Now I just play football, and it's hard to find that. Now the flip side, something I do love that Seattle did that I was worried they weren't going to do, was getting Rashid Shaheed back. I think it was just such an important piece on the offense to protect JSN over there. Not just on the offense, but special teams opportunities. Is Kenneth Walker a big loss for them? Sure. Is it the end of the world for them? Absolutely not. I think getting Rashid Shaheed back, dare I say, is better than losing Reek and K9 combined.
I would agree.
I think Shaheed was key point.
But here's where I will push back, not play devil's advocate, but at least ask the question. Was that the perfect circumstance for Rashid Shaheed? Again, we're talking about motivations. What did Rashid Shaheed just get? Paid.
Right.
Why did he get paid? Because he landed in the perfect spot where he could perform in the perfect way, right?
Right.
Does that same magic of him, getting loose on special teams, breaking big plays, is that still there?
Sure.
I think
that hunger.
I think more happens in the offensive way, because now you have a full training camp and an offseason to prep and to actually be used as a key piece of maybe possibly even be a true wide receiver 2 for that roster.
That's the hope. But the flip side of this is where the NFL is usually really good about this, but not paying for what you did, but what you can do.
The NFL never pays for what you did.
They don't. Well, they will, but
very
rarely.
My stupid sport does it all the time.
Yes, baseball's the worst. NBA's next in line than the NFL, but the NFL is really good about that in general. But also, player X that wins Super Bowl that gets paid and goes somewhere else, there's usually a little drop. And guys, sometimes they tend to keep. Sometimes those guys can fall off.
Yeah, and pointed out on the YouTube chat that I agree with, too. Running back's the easiest position to fill. I mean, it's not super easy, but there are, 3-4 dudes you want to give a bag to in the NFL?
5.
Saquon, Bijan.
Jonathan Taylor, Derrick
Henry. James Dalvin Cook Jr., not to be confused with Dalvin James Cook,
and then
is
Jameer.
the rushing leader.
And then Jameer.
Yeah. And Jameer Gibbs. Outside of that,
But even with Jameer, you had to sign Pacheco.
Yeah.
I guarantee the Chiefs said that K9 went to the Seahawks and said, yo, the Chiefs are going to give me this. Do you have a match? And Schneider said, go with God, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck. Thank you for everything. You'll be in the Ring of Honor one day. You'll raise a 12-man.
We'll invite you back.
And we'll love you.
Go get your money, young man.
Yep. We ain't paying that.
Which I get. But yeah, them not keeping Reek was always kind of a given.
I think I got an early season hot take here. You ready? I'll take the Seahawks to repeat.
Oh, I'll take the field every time.
Oh, I know. It's bad money, but I like the Seahawks team, man.
They're good.
They are good.
They're really good.
Sam's got to be good again.
Let's see if that defense can get even better. If that defense gets even better, that's where I'm at.
And this is why, like, you nailed this so much, is when you look at mock drafts, almost every mock draft has Seattle drafting a DB of some sort, whether it's a corner or Dylan Thieneman, it's a safety, although I don't think he'll be there by the time they draft.
No.
Because they knew this was going to happen, and that's really the weak point of, quote-unquote, weak point of their
Our
defense.
nickel's not great.
Yeah, if D-Law comes back, the line is in good shape. Your linebackers are great. You, Eamon Worry and Witherspoon, just need one more piece there. Why not get a young kid who's cheap, teach him the right way, and have a ball?
Because you have to pay Spoon here soon.
Going to have to definitely pay Spoon. And you got some time, but you're going to have to pay Eamon Worry, too. Everybody's going to need money. When we come back, closing arguments to send you on your way. 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
It's time for Easy Play, brought to you by Home Z, making home improvement easy.
82 points. Mama, we feel your joy. The second highest scoring game in NBA history, second only to Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game. 83.
That is FanDuel Sports Network as Bam Adebayo has 83 points last night. Look, we talked a little bit about his wife being there, which is really rad. Yo, mama in the crowd too? Woo! That's a nice day. That is probably the greatest Heat game you've ever been to, and you probably showed up at halftime of an NBA Finals game. Congrats, Bam. This Easy Play brought to you by Homesy. Use Homesy's online calculator to estimate your project instantly. Make it easy. Call Homesy. That's Homze. Homesy.com.
We just finished
All right, that's going to do for us. Closing Arguments brought to you by Leskin Law. Visit leskinlaw.com for more information. Coming up on the program tomorrow, we'll get to 10 Toes Down on a Thursday, which is always great. Questions asked by you guys. Unequivocal answers. 10 Toes Down. No wishy-washy. Got to actually do it. We'll get into some college football as well. Media rights looking like something very familiar, and CBS already predicting bowl games. That includes their playoff predictor.
I like it.
Yeah, I always like looking at that stuff. I'm always real excited. I'm sure we'll talk about America somehow not making it to the next round of the World Baseball Classic. I'm going to be glued to that.
I don't like it. I don't like that I have to root for Italy.
It's better than rooting for Mexico, dude.
No.
I don't root for Mexico.
Oh,
I love my brethren in Mexico, but nope.
Mexican food, better than Italian.
Dos a cero, bitches.
Mexican food, better than Italian.
Those are the two that I can't fight over.
Can't live without.
Are those the two most universally liked foods?
I would put probably Chinese food up there.
Thai? Is Thai or Chinese more popular?
Chinese more popular.
You're talking New York kitchen Chinese, like sweet and sour chicken, that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
And not actual
Not like,
Chinese.
Inner province, no. But, yeah. I think Thai food's better. Like Thai food better.
Mm-hmm.
But I think more known, it's Mexican, Italian, and Chinese.
New York Chinese, because that dim sum's really good. Get into some of that.
Dumplings.
Yeah.
Little bao bowl.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Little General So's.
Mm-hmm. God dang it, I haven't eaten yet. I need to eat.
Let's
a little snack.
Arizona State got absolutely mopped.
Bro, they scored. What did these finals finish with? 36. It was 36 points to finish the game. Gross.
91-42.
Oh, I got a 42. My bad.
That's crazy.
That's such an that's you cannot be a Arizona State and get beat like that.
No. It's been adios, Bobby Hurley.
It's been real.
Where do you guys sit on this Daniel Jones contract? We kind of mentioned it a little bit. Getting $100 million. Yeah, getting $100 million for a guy that ain't going to play for at least 6 weeks next year.
Fine.
Yeah, you're okay with it?
It's fine.
I'm surprised they didn't just fully guarantee it because
no. I mean, why would you?
I would assume they're going to bring him back for the second year.
I know, but
won't have a large enough sample size.
But no. If he's cooked, then you can get out of it.
I suppose you'll know real quick if he's cooked.
I mean, let's say he can't play until week 6, and you get 10 weeks out of him. You'll know pretty quick, there's some rust there, or Kirk Cousins got on the field. It wasn't, Kirk's rusty. It's, crap, his leg doesn't work.
Yeah, that was real obvious.
It's pretty telling, pretty darn quick. With an Achilles, it's one of those things where it's you might see a little bit of, trust and building those things back up. But if it's cooked, you're out, and you want to be able to pull the cord. I think it's ultimately where you fall with that.
Players' Championship starts tomorrow. Scotty Scheffler, the overwhelming favorite. No shock there. Steve Tisch is asked to move his Giant stake to trust funds.
Because he wants
weird.
Yeah. He wants to hold on to it because it's going to keep going up. Yeah, dog. I don't know. Maybe don't be in the Epstein files.
Don't be a creep, you weirdo.
It's you could have seen this one coming a mile away.
And then let's come back full circle from what we talked about at the beginning of the show today. Thiago Silva sucks at coaching.
They got me all wet.
Right, Danny?
Indeed. Thiago Splitter's a terrible coach.
Somebody's
going to clip that and be like, see he thinks so.
I
think Thiago's fine.
I like Thiago a lot. I think your first shot at being a head coach on a team that's not very good, after the head coach was arrested by the FBI.
Oh, by the way, that player that you thought was pretty good, and Denny Avdia, was he an all-star this year? Was he empowered?
He started for the world.
Weird.
Yeah, I don't know. That's you. I've been trying to think about it all show. You asked it earlier, why do fans bail on coaches first?
It's so weird.
I mean, I still,
especially in basketball.
Yeah,
football. I get it.
I still stick by my. It's because fans are attached to players more than coaches.
I believe that.
But Paul Vogel's got a chip.
Mm-hmm.
Do people love Paul Vogel? No, they do not.
Frank Vogel.
Excuse me. I don't know where I got that from.
Did you think of Vogel song?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know where I got that from. Nobody likes Frank Vogel. I always thought he was a pretty solid coach, but I would say something like that, and people are like, that guy's lame. He won a chip. You know, like who was in Milwaukee when they won?
Budenholzer. Good coach.
Year and a half later, you got to go.
Mm-hmm.
He just won a title.
Nick Nurse.
Title
in Toronto.
Get out of here.
You know why they got rid of him? Because he grates on people.
Yeah. Everybody. It seems like the best coaches do.
Yeah.
So it's hard to must be a pretty special situation in Boston because Joe Mazzulla, I feel like I would be exhausted.
I mean, Ime grates on people.
Yeah.
Spo doesn't. Mazzulla doesn't.
Mazzulla doesn't?
No. Kerr doesn't.
He's just crazy in the media?
Yeah. Mazzulla's just weird.
Yeah. I don't mind weird guys.
No, I
love weird guys. I'm weird.
Terry didn't grate on us.
No.
Thoughts? Chauncey didn't grate on us.
Yeah.
I mean, it all depends. I think the last time the Blazers had a coach that graded on guys, there was a literal mutiny. It was Mo Cheeks.
Mm-hmm. Which is so funny because he seems so likable.
Yeah. It was bad.
Some guys just, super hard
I'm
on
sorry,
him.
not Mo. It was Nate McMillan.
Oh, Nate McMillan.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes more sense to me.
But, I mean, both very, yeah. You know who led that revolt? Marcus Camby.
Oh, that's not good, dude.
Yeah, not great, Bob.
If Marcus Camby's at you, it's time to get out of here.
Get Camby and Jamal Crawford.
Same. Jamal Crawford. What are we watching on TV tonight? Let's see.
Reminder, Seattle guys, always crazy.
BYU in action tonight. If you want to watch a little college hoops, they're taking on West Virginia in the Big 12
go ahead and see if AJ DeBonzo can do better than he did last night. 40 points, 9 boards, 6 assists on 15 of 21 from the field. I can remember that, but I can't remember what I did yesterday.
Zags beat Santa Clara last night.
Get ready for the fever.
I'm trying to get ready for the fever, dude.
I mean, the Zags, I'll say this. They should not get the favorable seed.
No. They will be...
Whatever seed that they're up against, Zaga fans are like, no. You have injuries and you've tripped on it.
I know.
No.
I'm kind of souring on this Zags team.
I don't want to see it.
World Baseball Classic, Italy and Mexico at 4 o'clock
4
tonight.
o'clock? Okay, you know what? I'm not doing anything tonight because my head is still spinning because of this stupid vertigo. I may lay down and attempt to watch that or puke my brains out. We'll see which one happens first.
A little side action, too. Dominican Republic and Venezuela tonight. Both are through, so it doesn't matter.
Which means they could just stunt on each other.
Which they might all flex on each other, which I'd be very into. Closing arguments brought to you by Leskin Law. Visit Leskin Law for more information. Leskin Law's one-day divorce mediation. That's peace treaties, not war plans. Fantastic little Wednesday for us. Y'all have fun out there on a hump day. For Danny Meringue, that's Casey Smith. I'm Patrick Harris. Go do something I would do.
Bye.